most of the chips you have. One of 42,000 pots. Now you wake up with kings. And Sahamies, he makes things personal at the poker table. He really goes after. He didn't like the fact that Bhutans make that call against Val, and he's trying to punish Bhutans here. But by trying to punish Bhutans here, it's Bhutans who actually gonna 4-bet to 14,000. Sahamies snap goes all in. Bhutans makes the call, and it's 103,000 chip pot. Sahamies with 8-5 and Bhutans with pocket kings. Ace, jack and a deuce on the flop, and that is the... Yeah, I'm gonna not too... I don't know what to say about that. I mean, it's just a blow up, and that it's exactly what I said. Forget what I said about him earlier. It's exactly what I said. The thing is, like, Ilari does take these things personal, and he sometimes loses his cool in a situation like that. And he was kind of trying to play the punisher to punish Bhutans here for winning against Val, and it is Bhutans reaping all the profits from that play here. I mean, there's not much to say poker strategy wise. It's just something that a lot of the players go through some of the times. Just completely wheels go off, and there you have it. 130 big blinds went in with 8-5 off pre-flop. And we have a new table chip leader. Bhutans, who was so close to just having 20k after possibly folding to pocket fives, made a great call with pocket fives, gets a double up with pocket kings, and 2 hands ago he was on 30,000. Now he's over 100,000. You get the chip count of Sahamies. Rusinovas goes all in after Sahamies. Couple of falls will ensue, and Ilari is gonna be in big trouble. Trouble. Ace-9 against Ace-King. And Ilari Sahamies is going to need a 9 to stay alive in this tournament, or else the inevitable is going to happen. That's an interesting flop though. Pair of 9s for Sahamies. Rusinovas needs a king or a diamond on the river. Can he get it? No, he cannot. 7 of clubs on the river, and Ilari Sahamies gets lucky one more time, and he's now up to 43,000. And poker is a game of luck-based skill game. Well, poker is a luck-based skill game, and there's the luck part coming in. Sometimes you don't play that well, but you get lucky and stay alive. Very bad time to go all in with Jack 10 off with.
On your bike, son, on your bike.
48.5k pot. Jussi Mattila with ace-queen against Jack 10. Can he hold up one more time? 7-7-7. It's a jackpot flop, but not a jackpot for Brockman. It's a jackpot for Mattila, and Mattila is up to 90,000 in chips.
Welcome back to the Kings of Tallinn 2022. I'm Nina Crystal, and during the next days I'll be providing you with the daily content, interviews and a lot of more.
The largest poker festival in Northern Europe continued on Friday with a day 2 action in the main event. In the afternoon, players had a chance to hop into the main. And after registration closed, the final number of this year's main event is 328 entries. 39 players will receive their share of more than 300,000 prize pool, with 64,280 going to the eventual winner, also known as the King in the North. Besides the main event on Friday, the €1,100 buy-in pot limit Omaha Championship also began, while the No Limit Hold'em fans had a chance to pursue Lady Luck in the €660 Mystery Bounty event. Both these events will conclude on Saturday, the same time as the €350 Olibet Deep Stack tournament. Saturday will bring 8 more winners and the beginning of a prestigious €3,000 buy-in Kings of Tallinn High Roller event. Kings of Tallinn may have entered the second half, but the most important questions are yet to be answered. We are headed into the hottest poker weekend this autumn.
Definitely be sure to check out Kings of Tallinn and Olibet social media channels, where you can find live stream, daily videos and interviews with the players. See you around! So hello, good evening, good day. How this week has been for you?
So weeks have been very tired and busy day, every day paying loans.
Yeah. At the moment today at the table, how is your table?
My table is quite tight table, so everyone paying good and very no any so much action.
Okay. About this week, like these other days, how you compare it to this day? Is like more quiet or?
I think this time is more quiet.
Yeah.
Not so much player as used to be earlier.
Yeah. And what is your plans for the weekend?
I think I will paying here, so and pay tournament and cash game on weekend.
All weekend.
Yeah.
All weekend. Okay. So good luck for you and thank you. Yeah.
Thank you.
No matter what Kõrgema has, it's the story of a sick cooler between Saarans and Tamasauskas, and Saarans will bet 10,000 thinking that he is crushing this board. He's drawing almost dead against Tamasauskas. Kõrgema will fold ace-jack. It doesn't matter. What matters here is Tamasauskas has the set of eights. And should Tamasauskas raise it here on the flop, this might go all in on the flop. He's picking out raising chips, guys. What a sick flop it is for Saarans here from Latvia. And Saarans loves this raise. How big is it though? Makes it 34.5. I really honestly don't see a way for Saarans to get away from his set of fives here. Even if he calls here, which he will. Unless their turn is something like a 6 or a 7, that might save Saarans. It is all going in. 84.5 thousand in the middle. Ace of spades on a turn. Definitely not a bad card for any of these players. They're hoping that the other player hits an ace to go along with any pair they had. Saarans might definitely think that Tamasauskas has something like 8-9 here. 10 jack for a bluff. Ace-9. Of course, you know that some of the time you might be losing against the 6 or 7. But if I'm Saarans, I'm thinking that Tamasauskas is probably 3-betting 8s or 9s pre-flop. So really not too worried about those hands. It's a large bet from Tamasauskas. And will this be the time where Saarans is putting the chips in and losing it all against Tamasauskas? It's a sick cooler of the hand. 129 in the middle. Saarans is going all in for 155,000. Tamasauskas has 75,000 behind. Never, ever, ever folding here. Kind of a nitro from Tamasauskas here, not snap calling the shove. There's 285 in the middle. You have a set of 8s. If you're up against pocket 9s or pocket 8s, so be it. But it's just everything is going the way you were hoping it would be going. So this is going in no matter what. I mean, if I'm Sarams, I'm feeling sick right now in the sense that once Tamasauskas turns over his hand, I'm 100% sure I'm ahead here with set of fives after Tamasauskas actually thinking about it. And Tamasauskas makes the call with a set of eights, 323,000 pot, and Sarans needs the last remaining 5 on the river. Can he hit it? No, he cannot. 10 of hearts on the river, and Tamasauskas takes a monster pot away from the Latvian, who is now dropped down to 36,000 in chips. What a sick cooler of a flop. 5s against 8s pre-flop, and both players flop a set. Everything goes in, and sometimes poker is just cruel.
Hello, good evening.
Hi.
So, how it has been this week over here in Kings of Tallinn?
Well, I only started yesterday working here, so it's been my second day, but it's been good, and we have Estonians to follow, so that's the main reason I'm here, to follow the action of Estonian players.
Okay, tell me a little bit about your position in over here, and what is your what you are doing every day now?
Well, I've been doing this poker blogging for over 10 years, so I'm a senior, and I love it so much. I can't stop. I just can't stop.
You will be here tomorrow and Sunday as well?
Yes, but not blogging. I'm going to work with the TV crew, so okay. I'm versatile. I do lots of stuff, but it's all related to poker, so yeah.
If you compare other years, Kings of Tallinn, what is different this year? Or
oh, it's really hard to say, because in my mind all those events are mixed already. I've done so many, and when I'm here in Estonia and I'm abroad, then usually the Estonian events are all kind of the same for me. But yeah, it's always a successful event and lots of players, so that's the main goal.
And what do you think about this event, today? There's some players what you have taken your eyes or something like this?
Well, yeah, Rasmus Sepping is one of the players that I follow here tonight, because he's been so successful. He's got 2 average stacks almost, and yeah, he's successful, and I think we're all rooting for him.
Okay, so we should keep an eye on him.
Absolutely, absolutely. Okay. Others as well, but he's someone to notice.
Okay,
for sure.
Good to know, yeah. So thank you.
Thank you.
Have a nice tournament.
Thanks so much.
We're gonna see another all-in pot worth more than the tournament average. It certainly does look like it. Raised to 5,500 from Bluetzius, and what looks like a 3-bet to 16.5 from Yakuzin. This is going in. Super Mario, that's exactly what I thought as well at the beginning. Lutz is going all in. Yakuzin should probably make the call. Yes, he's going to make the call, and we see another banger of a hand. 160,000 in the middle now, and another classic coin flip. We can see, because some of the hands that were folded, Bluetzius only has 42%, but he needs ace or king to eliminate Yakuzin here. Does not get it on the flop. Queen of clubs on a turn, so a club, ace or king on the river. Instead it's a jack of diamonds. Yakuzin doubles up against the Lithuanian, now up to 159,000.
Hello, good evening today. How it has been this week for you?
Thanks a lot for asking. It has been a good week for me.
Okay. Yesterday you played quite good, I heard. So tell me a little bit about that.
Yeah, maybe 5-bet with 5-8 offsuit wasn't so good, but then I was lucky after that, and I had almost 100. Now I have only 30,000, but let's see. I hope it will go good.
Okay, but about this table at the moment, how are you feeling over there?
I feel good, but I should get some cards, so let's see what happens.
Okay, so good luck for you today.
Thanks.
So hello, good evening.
Hello, good
How
evening.
are you?
I'm fine. Happy as usually to be here in the King of Tallinn.
Okay. So tell me about this week. How it has been? It has been like hard times for you, or
Well, we are freelancers, so we usually be through in this kind of hard life or hard event.
Ladies and gentlemen, it is day 3 time here at Kings of Tallinn main event. Welcome everybody. First and foremost, I want to tell you guys that we have a free buy running for you guys at this moment. The password is KOT22, but it's great to have you guys. We have 24 fantastic players for you and a very supposedly interesting feature table, of course highlighted by the chip leader of the tournament, Algirdas. My name is Christian Laas and I will be here until we crown everybody who will make it to the final table today. 9 of them will reach the final table. We are down to final 24 as said already. 2,310 euros guaranteed already for all these players, but let me get to introductions here. Seat number 2 is filled by a player from Finland. His name is Atte Oskari Frantsila and he brings 211,000 to this final feature table. I'm sorry, just one small cash recorded for him, but it's a win in a short deck event from this year, so he's gonna definitely add to that here in Kings of Tallinn. Has his word cut out for him. Blinds being 6 and 12,000. He has 17 bigs. Still not in any immediate trouble, but needs to make something happen rather sooner than later. Seat number 3 is Asmund Jonassen Holvik from Norway. He's the winner of the 8 max event in this year's Norwegian Championship for approximately 15,000 euros. Seat number 4, Pyry Kekäläinen from Finland. 484,000 for him, has over 60,000 in live tournament cashes. Seat number 5, a mystery man. We saw him yesterday though. Garrido Ignacio Gonzalez from Spain brings 458,000. If you have any information about the guy, let me know, because I couldn't find anything from the Hendon mob. Seat number 6, the one you came to see, obviously, Ilari Aaretti Sahamies, 2 million in live tournament cashes. He's a cash game legend known as Ziegmund. Always a fun guy to have at the table. By the way, betting odds at the start of the day for him was 67-1, but he's doing great. He has accumulated 533,000 chips and is sitting second in chips at this feature table. Marius Olsvik from Norway, sitting at seat number 7, brings 221,000, has about 135,000 in live tournament cashes for him. And obviously our table chip leader sitting at seat number 8, Algirdas Saveikis from Lithuania, 550,000 in live tournament cashes. He's the winner of Euro Poker Million main event in 2022. So just couple of months ago, or maybe actually even less than a month ago, he won the Euro Poker Million main event for 175,000. I think it was 22nd of August when he won it. 450 euro event. Takes home for 175. So let's see an interesting feature table, and I hope you guys can appreciate the new graphics we have developed for you guys. So blinds 6 and 12. Asmund comes in with a raise to 25,000, and Garrido Gonzalez thinking about it from the big blind with ace jack. He's gonna move all in and steal this one away, now up to 489,000 in chips. Hello sir, is Igor Pihela still dominating? Ebola, unfortunately. Tom, unfortunately. Not. Igor Pihela started yesterday as one of the chip leaders, but he fell after a couple of levels of play. We still have 2 Estonians remaining in the outer tables, Sven Reima and Mark Metsla. I will let you know about any bust outs from the outer tables whenever I have the information. Of course, we are streaming with a 30-minute delay in case somebody's watching, and at least one of the players, it seems to be the Norwegian Marius Olsvik, who is still participating in the Alibet Last Longer tournament as well. Atte, though, he's gonna open things up with King Jack off from the hijack, makes it 25,000. Mario Nut, everybody has guaranteed themselves 2,310 euros, but the winner takes home 64,280. So 64,280, and it's been folded all the way to Ilari in the big blind with 9-8. And doesn't want to defend. Interesting, he doesn't want to defend. Maybe he thinks that Atte doesn't have enough behind. Not enough, not too many chips to be won, so he just stays away from the early position or mid position raise. Usually you see players defend with a hand like 9-8 off. But Ilari, this is serious business now. It's final 3 tables, 65,000 or close to that up top. Of course you want to take it seriously. You've been playing for 2.5 days, and it would be a shame to make a mistake now that costs you tens and thousands in equity. It doesn't matter how baller you are, nobody is gonna say no to an extra 65,000 euros, right? So the free buy password is KOT22. I want to remind you guys that today will be at 8 p.m. So in 3.5 hours there will be a Kings of Tallinn online event. Buy-in is 150 euros, 10,000 euros guaranteed. Another $1,050 ticket for the WSOP knockout event added to the winner. So many reasons to play this. Kings of Tallinn online tournament, and look at that for a setup here. Ace Queen against Ace King. Algirdas opens it up with Ace Queen. He's the chip leader, makes it 26,000. And Gonzalez with the Ace King. He's gonna 3-bet it to 110,000. Gonzalez is 373 behind. Playing to a winner today? No, we will play down to the final table today. We'll play down to final 9. Let's see how Algirdas, our chip leader, how he will react to the 3-bet from Gonzalez. This might even go all in. He's taking his time. Vodka over. He's definitely alive. I mean, he's alive and doing great. He started today with 100,000 now. He's built his stack up to 550,000. So more than 5 times what he started the day with. Hello, you lied to me. There was no 13 in the lotto. No, Lehmari, you played the wrong lotto. I'm pretty sure the one I was thinking about had the 13 in it. The first day TV table girl was the bubble girl, but did I remember you saying that she had some guarantee from GG to get a free ticket to the next event of Tallinn? Yes, exactly. She had the bubble protection on, wearing the GG Poker badge, so she will get the ticket for free. Despite those absolutely disgusting shades, I'm rooting for Frabbe Franzila. What a guy. Franzila brings 211,000. Yeah, he could definitely play in a band with those shades. Come on, give him a guitar and let him sing Wonderwall or something. Hey Michael, nice to see you. This is serious business. Pocket 9s now for Pyry. Gets defended by Algirdas, our chip leader, with a suited queen. 8 and 4. 8-4 of diamonds against pocket 9, so looking good for Buru now. At least pre-flop, and that is a set of 9s for Buru on a monotone club board. Not anything for Algirdas though, hard for Buru to get any value. I'm sure he's gonna try though. It's quite of a draw heavy board here. Straight draws, flush draws. You kind of want to protect your set, get value against all those draws, as well as a pair of 10s. So he's gonna bet, probably gonna bet quite large even. Nah, just 18,000, and that's enough to get Algirdas to fold his 8 high. So the chip leader losing a couple of small ones early on the day. 23 players remaining, meaning we have lost 1 player from the outer table. And this player is Fenborn Laatikainen. Fenborn Laatikainen, she finished in 24th place. And she took home 2,310 euros. Next money jump is at 18. Money jump worth 700 euros. Once there's 18 players remaining. Pocket deuces now for Buru. King Queen for Atte in the big blind, facing a raise from under the gun +1. Definitely good enough to at least call. But he's gonna go all in. He's gonna ship it all for 229,000, making his move right here, right now, and gets Buru to fold to pocket deuces. Nice aggressive play. He's really gonna need those chips. Gets the chip stack going in the right direction here. Garita folding 5-4 suited. I'm sure, I mean, we're getting kind of deep in this tournament. Nobody wants to be in any kind of trouble, so we're gonna see way more tighter play, I guess, getting towards this final table. I'm sure the short stacks, they're gonna have to make a move though. But nobody's super short just yet, at least. Couple of folds all the way to Marius from the cutoff with the ace-jack. He's gonna open things up. Makes it 24. Gets everybody to fold. Amund is a true crusher, will for sure final table this. Asmund, how many chips did Asmund bring? Asmund, Jonas and Holvik. Yeah, he brought 337,000 to this feature table. He won the 8max event in the Norwegian Championship in 2022 for 15,000. Do you know if Asmund is an online player as well? Because he doesn't have too many live scores that I could have find at least. Who's going to Eamon Amarth and Machine Head concert to next Tuesday to Saku Suurhalm? Definitely, probably not me. Not a huge metalhead myself. By the way, the last metal concert I went to, I wish I went to more, but the last one I went to was Lordi. You know the hard rock hallelujah guys from Eurovision? I think it was 10 years ago. Marius makes it 24 with ace-8 off. And gets a call from Puru from the big blind. Gonna defend the big blind with ace-7 off. Couple of aces. Heading to the flop of 2s, 4 and a 6. So no pairs anywhere. Marius with the better of it with ace-8 kicker and a backdoor flush draw. Puru has a backdoor straight draw though. Runner-up in 20k high roller in Norwegian Championship last fall, for instance. Interesting. I didn't find any information about that. For some reason it either slipped my mind or I kind of missed from the hand and mop, but that's sick. Then he is a crusher. Anyone willing to battle it out and anyone doing good in high rollers, in my mind, they're a true champion. And 9 of hearts on the turn now, giving a flush draw for Marius, but it's Puru actually betting into him. Betting 14,000, it's not gonna happen though. It's not gonna happen for Puru. It's gonna be tough for him to win this one. I wonder if Marius is going to raise or just call here. Just calls the 14k, 94,000 in the middle. Marius with a flush draw. Doesn't need to hit the flush actually. Still ahead. And the 5 of clubs on the river brings in a few straight opportunities. We can see that the ace-8 high is actually still good. I'm sure both of these players feel like they're gonna need to bluff at this to win it. And it's a bet of 28,000 from Puru, and I'm afraid unless Marius is gonna raise, I don't really see Marius calling this. So unless Marius is gonna turn his ace-8 into a bluff here using semi-decent blockers, blocking the straights with the ace and the 8, both of them. He can definitely raise it up with the best hand here, but it's looking quite likely for Puru to win this 122,000 pot. Please, you should make an interview with Garrido. He told me he's going to invest all his winnings in meme coins. Ask him about it, please. Dude, will be noted. I know the guy making the interview, so I will let him know. I wonder if he's actually gonna do it though. And if he's gonna do it, I really hope he's gonna win big. It's pronounced Pyrai. Is it though? Isn't the Y in Finnish pronounced as Y? yeah. You're effing with me. I knew it. Marius with ace jack off. And about 15 big blinds. Gonna come in with just a raise. Would not have been surprised to see a shove all in from under the gun +1 with 15 bigs with ace jack off, but he still finds a raise to 24. Atte gonna fall to 9-7. But Garrido, he might have different ideas with Queen Jack of Hearts. I mean, it's a suited hand. It's definitely good enough to call, but is it good enough to just 3-bet it all in and hope to have some fold equity here? No, he's going to make the call. So there's 66,000 in the middle. Miss Estonia is rooting for Sahamies. I'm sure Sahamies has a lot of fans here watching us. King 10-4, 2 hearts on the flop, a monster draw for Garrido. Mario still ahead with ace-jack high and a gut shot for himself. But Garrido is gonna apply so much pressure against that bet. I don't see Garrido just calling. I think Garrido might even just go all in. I mean, Marius has 133 behind. There's 92 in the middle. Even if you're against the set, you have 15 outs. You have 15 outs twice, even if you're against the set. Put in the fold equity that you might have. I think a shove all in is just a perfect move here with a draw like this. We can see the hand is 50-50. No, what do I know? Garrido will just make the call with his open-ended straight draw and a flush draw. 7 of clubs on a turn. Changes nothing. Mario still ahead with ace-jack. Garrido needs an ace or a 9 or a heart to win this spot or somehow get his opponent to fold. It's gonna be interesting to see if Marius actually goes all in here, if Garrido is gonna call. It's gonna be check on a turn. 118 in the middle. Jack of clubs gives both players a pair of jacks now. Both players feel like they might be decently strong here on the river. Unless Garrido wants to go for a small blocker bet, something like 25-30,000 to try and get value from 10x plus maybe block hands like ace-jack, betting larger or something like queens. This might be the end of the hand. So he's gonna go with the blocker sizing. Let's see how big he goes. Goes for 28,000, so very similar to what was expected of it. Bets 28,000, and it's Marius must not feel great about his ace jack, but he can still beat plenty. Can beat queen jack, can beat bluffs, something like a queen 8 of hearts, ace deuce of hearts, ace 3 of hearts. So I'm thinking getting such good pot odds, getting 5-1. You're gonna have to make the call with the ace jack. He's going to end up calling, and a much needed pot goes over to Marius here. The kicker plays, both players with a pair of jacks, but Garrido's queen kicker is not good enough against Marius. Cheers, players. I have the same sponsor, it looks like. Pure vodka in a bottle. The pure Estonian drink. Just warm vodka in a bottle. Love it. You can see Mate, Marius, Asmund very similarly stacked with 22, 23 big blinds. It's Algirda, still our chip leader with 94 big blinds or 1.1 million. Average stack in the tournament at the moment is 427,000. I wish there was a bubble vodka. I would definitely be gross enough to try it. Nah, but this one is a still vodka, just a regular classic still vodka. Warm though. And Algre, if you are a viewer, that was a very ugly river from you. Still 13 minutes to get into the free buy. The winner will get a ticket for free for today's Kings of Tallinn online event. There is Soul Harbor, never heard of it. Is there any info on when the Bounty Poker Tour gonna happen? No, not as far as I know. Guessing it was supposed to be in November, right? But not anything for sure that I can tell you right now. Look at that, the raise from Algirdas gets King Queen to fold. A7 to fold, so many, all the better hands fold, and Algirdas just showing aggression takes down the pot. 23 players remaining, Marza 11, 23 players remaining. Everybody has guaranteed themselves 2,300, but the winner gets 64,280 euros. We are playing down to the final table today. Zizi, you are not mistaken. It is pretty damn cold in November. Temperatures being around like 5 degrees Celsius. 5 to 10. Sometimes colder, sometimes a bit warmer, but usually between that 5 to 10 degrees Celsius. Ace 9 good enough for a raise for our chip leader. Sometimes, usually not snowing in November though, but there definitely have been years when we've seen the first snow in November. And another set of blinds and antes for the chip leader here with the ace 9. Hello, is there any Latvian players in the tournament? I would assume so, but I'm not 100% sure, if I'm completely honest with you. I'm not 100% sure. You can have all the information about the players, because I don't recognize all the Latvian names. I don't want to give you false information. You can check all the information about the players and all the side events, etc. from kingsoftallinn.com. kingsoftallinn.com for all and any information that you need. Pocket jacks for Marius from the small blind. Having it folded to him, he's gonna open it up against the chip leader. What a great hand to find heads up. And Algirdas with a good hand himself. He finds king 10, definitely gonna at least call. But we might even see Algirdas try and put Marius all in here. It's blind versus blind. Blinds are 6,000.
King of Tallinn, in general, Tallinn for me, it means a lot.
About 20 peak blinds effective starting to hand. Darius Kasparaitis is playing. And Unikalus, yes, exactly. It's the best temperature to stay inside and play some poker. Algirdas stays away from too much trouble here. He's just gonna call the king 10. Needs a king to take the lead on a queen high board. The jacks are still ahead. Both players with one club and a backdoor flush draw. Two Estonians left, Super Mario. Sven Reima and Mark Metzla. Queen 8-7, just one overcard to the jack, so he's gonna continue for 16,000. Algirdas not ready to fold just yet. Still one overcard, plenty of backdoor draws. He's gonna make the call with king high. And ace of clubs on a turn gives Algirdas now a gut shot straight draw, as well as a 10 high flush draw, which is dead against the jack high flush draw of Marius. Marius really hopes to stay away from a set here on the river. That's 23,000, and I'm thinking with king 10 with a 10 of clubs, Algirdas is gonna call one more time, but we're gonna have to wait and see. Algirdas might even raise. Maybe he thinks his 10 high flush draw is not good enough to call. He's going to make the call. 8 of diamonds on the river means that Marius is still the winner. Unless Algirdas manages to bluff off Marius here, he's going to win the pot. 144 in the middle, checks it over to Algirdas. And Algirdas, knowing that he just has a king high left, might feel like he needs to turn this hand into a bluff here on the river. Misses everything. And he does. He goes all in here with just king high, and it's a scary board if you have pocket jacks. You have two overcards, a potential flush in there, a few potential I mean, even an 8 makes trips now, so anything at all besides something like 10 Jack, 10 9, Jack 9 or King 10, you're kind of beat here with Jack, so it's gonna be a very difficult call for Marius to find here on the river. Goes for an overbet all in on the river. Hats off for Marius for not folding already. Really thinking it through here. Let's hear what he has to say. Really don't beat much here on the river, but at the same time a lot of Algirdas hands really don't shove on the river, so you really don't think that Algirdas is doing that with a queen. Probably not doing it with just an ace as well, so Algirdas is saying he has a flush or trips here, basically. So he's saying he has trips or better. So you having the Jack of clubs in your hand, it makes it less likely your opponent has the flush. Does Algirdas even call the turn with just a 7? It needs to have something like a King of clubs or 10 of clubs as well. Something like 10 of clubs, 8 of spades maybe, that you're worried about. There's not too many combinations that Algirdas actually plays like this, so I don't mind Marius calling or like thinking about a call here. We can see that Marius is ahead. Something like 8-9 off with a 9 of clubs, 8-10-9 off with a 10 of clubs, 10-8 off I mean. Or a mate flush already. So he's going to fold, and Algirdas gets the best hand to hit the muck. Marius left with 189,000, and Algirdas with 1.3 million now, and the rich get ever richer. He was very close calling, he says. And now is the time. Hello, Mr. Marius. Unfortunately, you just realized you made a wrong decision. I don't know if it's a wrong decision. In this instance, it was, but in the long run, I'm not really super sure if it was a right or if it was a correct fold or not. How many combinations of bluffs your opponent has there on the river? How many combinations of value hands? Him overbetting means that he needs to be bluffing more than 50% of the time on the river there for you to make this call profitably. We can see that in this instance he was bluffing. I'm just really trying to get a stack here at the free buy. You guys have 5 minutes to enter the free buy. Password is KOT22. Top 20 will get prizes. Top place finisher gets a €150 ticket for tonight's Kings of Tallinn online event. Come on, Ronalds, give it to me one more time. Yes, that's the river I needed. Sorry, Ronalds, if you are watching, don't hate me. Just luckily they took me away from his table, so I don't have to worry about it. Mustamies 57, our chip leader at the free buy. Shuba not doing so well at free buys today. That's unfortunate. Well, I just took a strategy today that I'm trying to get a stack, and if I don't, I just rebuy and re-enter until I have something playable at least. Well, I have my 30k. I'm cruising, trying to get that W to play today's Kings of Tallinn online event for free. Did they announce when the next Kings of Tallinn will take place? Maybe. To be honest, I was very preoccupied today ever since the morning, filming another show. So I really haven't been able to hang out and ask around. So I'm kind of out of the loop today with everything's that's been going on all day.
For you, I think it was a good call.
But I'm trying to get myself back in the mix and to understand things a bit better. Ilari Sahamies has been quite a different guy today. Quite a different play style today. Way more quiet, way more reserved. It's all business for the Sigmunds as we get ever closer to the final table. Where is Tamasauskas? Tamasauskas is at one of the outer tables. He's still doing good as far as I understand. Started the day 4th in chips with 609,000. I'm not sure how much he has yet. Well, Sahamies, then it makes 2 of us. Yes, 2 more minutes to enter the free buy. KOT22 is the password, has been the password all 3 days. 22 players now remaining, meaning that we have lost another player from the outer table. It's Dara Davey from Ireland, finishing in 23rd place. Unfortunately for him, gets far but not far enough to reach the final table. 2,300 euros for that, for him for that result. Top 22. Sahamies needs some special boozing drink. Does he though? I mean, he's doing good. Maybe he needs a little time off for today and get a huge stack for the final table and just keep us entertained tomorrow. Ace King suited for Algiridas. Biggest stack, best hands. Give a poor guy's heart some rest, I would say, for Sahamies. It was like 10 Irish coffees, wasn't it? Working double time. His RTs. Wow, what a flop. Buru with a 9-high flush draw. Algirdas with top 2 pair. If a spade comes, we might see Buru even double up in a hand like this. Yeah, Lemari, that kind of stuff happens to me all the time as well. Buru will check it over to the pre-flop razor. And it's gonna be a continuation bet. The question is how much. Should you go small? Should you go big? Probably a small bet gets the job done on a super like pre-flop razor heavy, or let's say favoring the pre-flop razor. This sort of pot is you don't really have to c-bet large because it's gonna get through more often than not. We can see that Buru actually has a piece of it, has the flush draw, so he's not folding. Doesn't make any sense to raise either, so he should call basically everything that is gonna continue on this sort of board because it's just so favorable for the pre-flop razor. So you never want to raise a board like this. So you call everything, even if Buru had something like a set of 6s, you just want to keep on calling. Queen of diamonds on a turn, so no flush for the Finn. Checks over to Algirdas one more time, and Algirdas is just hoping that Buru has an ace. But he must realize that there's a decent possibility that Buru has a flush draw here, so probably you should start betting larger now to try and really make the aces and flush draws pay. Now this bet size should be a lot more closer to the pot size bet than we saw on the flop. Of course on the flop you can bet small, but on a turn, once you get called, you really want to start charging hands like King Jack, King 10, Ace 10, Ace Jack, any aces actually, something like King Queen you can get so much value from, and a flush draw, of course, you really don't want to give a cheap river card. So he's gonna bet, and he's gonna bet large. I love this sizing from Algirdas. Bets 86,000. The winner of this year's Euro Poker Million main event for 175,000 wants to add another 65,000 euros to this already impressive resume that has 550,000 in live cashes. We should be able to donate in Twitch to offer drinks at the table. Dude, that would be awesome. That would be awesome. And also, and I'm just gonna add one more thing. You should be able to donate to offer drinks for the commentators. I just throwing ideas out there. It just doesn't need to happen, but just it would be great, right? Wouldn't it? Otherwise, I'm here drinking the warm, still vodka here, and you know, even the commentators, they want to try what the Irish coffee tastes like. $1.4 million for our chip leader. Still 22 players remaining. The last bust out was Dara Davy from the outer tables, player from Ireland. Take it home 2,300. Next money jump is when we reach final 18 players. Tom, yes, my man, my type of guy. Champagne coffee. Jesus. You guys are getting creative. Atte has gone all in though. Has gone all in with pocket tens. I don't see Algirdas call in with just king 10 off. So Atte, decent pot for him. That's another 56,000 going over to top of Algirdas pre-flop open. Paatunut Sitka, don't do it to me. Do not do it to me. Thank you very much. Oh, I have quads in the free buy. Baby doll, give me them quads. Where is this stream located? We are in Tallinn, Estonia. It's a capital of Estonia. We are playing this poker tournament in Hilton Hotel as well as the Olympic Casino, Olympic Park Casino here in downtown Tallinn. Prettiest casino, prettiest hotel in the country. Jack 10 off now for the chip leader, who has been super active, super aggressive, but not this hand. He wants to give some breathing room and let others play some poker, and what a time to fold. Atte finds pocket kings. Raises it up from the hijack with the pocket kings up to 25,000. And Ilari Sahamies with Jack 7 from the big blind is gonna defend his big blind. Estonia is a country you don't hear much of. Yeah, in a sense, I mean, it depends on what kind of spaces you live in. In a poker sense, you might hear about Estonia a bit more in IT sense. But in a regular or in entertainment type of scene or stuff like that, nah, not too often. But of course in Finland, yeah, I'm sure we do. King 9-5, a set of kings for Atte. A c-bet from him, but Ilari doesn't really catch a piece, so he's going to make the fold. Disc golf country, exactly, Super Mario from Estonia. But disc golf is kind of a niche thing still yet as well, though a lot of players from the States, I mean, it's quite popular in the States, of course, right? In Finland as well, I hope so. But if you're thinking about, like, in a world world stage sort of thing. Not too many countries super familiar with disc golf already. It's my favorite sport, Intrin. Tinne says that we don't talk about disc golf in Finland. You have so many great players. It's a shame. One of the best female players, couple of super strong male players, very similar to Estonia in that sense. Algirdas, the chip leader, raises it up with ace king off, ace king suited even. And Marius, the shortest stack for sure. With queen jack off, he will make the call pre. 70k in the middle, so 2 stack to pot ratio is about 2 here. And what a great flop for queen jack. Flops top pair. And the aggressive Algirdas might fire some chips into him. Let's see if we're gonna see Marius just check raise all in on the flop. Should we see a c-bet, but we're not gonna see a c-bet. 10 of clubs now gives Algirdas a gut shot straight draw with 2 overcuts. Can hit a queen to make a straight, can make the best hand with ace or king. But it's Marius leading out for 29,000, setting up a potential river shove here. Christian, are you gonna be playing Kings of Tallinn online as well? Well, I hope so. I hope so. If I have any energy as well, and if it's look, well, I have to see. Now, like 80% yes, 80% yes. But if the tournament starts at 8 and we're getting close to finishing the stream at this time, which is looking very unlikely, but you know, it's something that can happen, then it wouldn't be a smart idea for me to register. Then I would have to go home and register from there. So I really want to play. Women don't date men who play disc golf in Finland, so nobody admits. No, you guys are, I don't know. Finns, you have the weirdest sense of humor, so you joke about the weirdest stuff. So I have no idea if you guys are always just joking around or if you're just super serious about that stuff. So that could be like 100% the truth. So it's like a taboo thing to play disc golf in Finland, or it could be just a weird joke from Besonic and Tine Papi. Ace queen for Atte. But there's I mean, it was the World Championship where Kristin Tatar won. It was the Finnish player Salonen, I think her name is, that I was mostly worried about because her potential is just super high. It's Atte raising to 25 with ace queen though, and Algirdas, our chip leader, with queen 9, looking like he wants to defend the big blinds. Every joke we make there is always a slice of truth somewhere in it. That's true though. That's kind of a similar thing with Estonians as well. So in that sense, very similar senses of humor. Jack 9-6 on a flop, giving a pair of 9s for the chip leader. Now Algirdas flops a second pair, and Atte with 2 overcuts. Something tells me, Tinne, that you are joking. Pajus, are you playing the Kings of Tallinn online event today? You plan on playing? I mean, there's just so much extra value, right? You get the $1,050 extra tickets for the winner. It's a freaking bounty knockout tournament, even better. Progressive knockout tournament. As we see a bet and a call of 30,000 on the flop. I want to see how many players have already registered to the online event. Kings of Tallinn online event. At the moment, just 15 players registered. So it's probably not gonna be a super huge event. So it might even there might be there might be some extra money added. There's definitely a $1,050 ticket added, so yeah, I feel like I'm playing. Check, check on a turn, and Algirdas checks it over to Atte one more time on the river. 8 of spades coming on the river, bringing in a few draws here. 7-5 now makes a straight, 7-10, Queen 10, but instead it goes check, check on the river. Atte does not want to try and steal it away from Algirdas, which I think is a smart move, knowing that Algirdas is probably not folding the river here. So 61,000 extra for the chip leader, now up to 1.4 million. I mean, that is a huge chip lead. Thinking that there's approximately 9.7 million total chips in a tournament. We're down to final 20 players. So it's more than double the tournament. Yeah, almost 3 times the tournament average at the moment. Tournament average being 492,000, but us being down to 20 players can only mean one thing, that we have lost 2 more players from the outer tables. Those 2 players were Sven Reima in 22nd place, 2,300 euros for Sven, and Stanislovas Vinitsenka in 21st place. So getting very close to the final table, but not able to make that final step. Final 20 players. The next money jump is when we reach 18, top 18. Something to say about this new layout of stream. In my opinion, it's worse than earlier. Everything is too small. Yeah, we can make it a bit bigger. Yes, it is a bit difficult to read of it being small, but I do love the layout though. I do love the layout. Just to make the cards a bit bigger for us to see, especially on the phone. Then it's perfect. But at least the layout itself I love. Is rooting for Lithuanian players. We have plenty of good Lithuanian players remaining. Well, Saveik is one of them, the chip leader, as well as Vincas Tamasauskas, also from Lithuania, doing a great job. But just one local player still remaining, Mark Metzla, only player from Estonia, still with a chance to keep the trophy in the homeland, which hasn't happened in a few years. I mean, it's been to Sweden, Italy. I'm surprised the Finn hasn't won it in a long time either. What do you guys think? What country takes the title this year? Is it Estonia? Is it Finland? Is it Norway? Is it Lithuania? Is it Latvia? Is it freaking Australia? Maybe even Ireland. You never know. Bluff Party is sure it's gonna be Finland. Vincas Tamasauskas, aka Vincelis on stars. Pavasine, Vincas is a WSOP trophy winner or bracelet winner as well, as if I know correctly, right? Let me Google this guy real quick. He has one bracelet. Yes, 40 WSOP cashes for 1 million. Jeez Louise, Tamasauskas, chill out a bit. What's your favorite CS map? What was it? The dust something. Tinnepapi. There was one called Dust, and it was not the CS:GO. It was in the first CS, like the original Counter-Strike. The Dust 2, exactly. That's very Russian. I've never played Counter-Strike, never ever. I'm a League of Legends guy myself. I play League of Legends and old school RuneScape. And if you ever tell me those games are bad, I will fight you for it. I will fight you for it. Ace Queen 3 on the flop. Pair of aces for Marius. Pair of queens for Asmund. Both players with a short stack, so very important pot for both of them. By the way, I started playing League when I was living in Finland, so I do blame the Finns for it. Yeah, it was a great game during high school, wasn't it? But it's back. It's back to stay. Check on a river and check back from Marius. Not gonna go for any value here. Happy with 112,000 in the middle already with a weak ace, so doesn't want to take too many risks, but at the same time, I understand the problem with not betting on the river, that you don't want to risk the small amount that you already have, but at the same time, you're gonna stay as small if you don't play big pots. 19 players remaining, guys and girls, meaning we have lost one more player from the outer field. His name is Robert Armi. Robert Armi unfortunately finishes in 20th place, but we are gonna go on a short break for 12 minutes, and once we come back we get ever closer to this final table, and let's have some fun in the chat. Good luck to everybody still playing the free buy, and don't go anywhere far. 12 minutes of nice commercial break.
Is the place where I started to do freelancing when I was a dealer. So for me, it's always a pleasure. Doesn't matter how hard it takes, to work here. It's always a pleasure to be part of this stuff, to work in this event. So as soon as the atmosphere is funny like this, everything is good.
Everything is fine. So if you compare other years when you have been over here and this year, so there's something like a
Well, we had to see that, of course, pandemic changed a lot in general in this business. So we had to say from the last year, so the last September, I see that we got more players, and it's really good in general, because this also means that the players are coming back.
Yes.
The poker live, as we saw in the last 3, 7, 8 months everywhere. Compared with the really King of Tallinn when it was running in February, well, that was something completely different. There was, I remember, all the tables still open 24 hours, so that was something really great, and we hope that next year we can come back at the original of King of Tallinn.
So what you expect now in upcoming days? We have still left like Saturday and Sunday.
Well, tomorrow is going to be for sure a tough day, because we have a lot of the events that are going to close themselves, so we have a few final days. Also, we have a huge schedule from tomorrow. There's a lot of tournaments still running, so I expect a lot of players tomorrow for sure. Sunday maybe is going to be a bit like, it's going to be more show, because it's going to be the final table on the main event, so it's more focused about, I think, the quality of the game and about the show. That's what I expect at least.
Sounds like a plan.
Well, now our best plan for Sunday actually is our traditional karaoke night.
Okay.
So let's say that I'm looking for our every edition here in Tallinn to get with all the staff and also the players there. And also, I invite all the players to enjoy us, please, for the karaoke.
That would be
party.
nice.
Please, even you guys.
I will come for sure.
Oh, well, I can't wait to see you there.
Okay. Thank you so much, and have a nice evening.
Thank you guys.
Yeah.
Thank you guys.
You. Welcome back to the Kings of Tallinn 2022. I'm Nina Crystal, and during the next days, I'll be providing you with the daily content, interviews, and a lot of more.
The largest poker festival in Northern Europe continued on Friday with a day 2 action in the main event. In the afternoon, players had a chance to hop into the main. And after registration closed, the final number of this year's main event is 328 entries. 39 players will receive their share of more than 300,000 prize pool, with 64,280 going to the eventual winner, also known as the King in the North. Besides the main event on Friday, the €1,100 buy-in pot limit Omaha Championship also began, while the No Limit Hold'em fans had a chance to pursue Lady Luck in the €660 Mystery Bounty event. Both these events will conclude on Saturday, the same time as the €350 Olibet Deep Stack tournament. Saturday will bring 8 more winners and the beginning of a prestigious €3,000 buy-in Kings of Tallinn High Roller event. Kings of Tallinn may have entered the second half, but the most important questions are yet to be answered. We are headed into the hottest poker weekend this autumn.
Definitely be sure to check out Kings of Tallinn and Olipet social media channels, where you can find live stream, daily videos and interviews with the players. See you around!
It's looking good for Sarans. Looking like he's just call pre-flop. Might pay him something here. At least it's a safe flop. We get rid of Gonzalez. Really don't see Berntsen doing anything but folding, but you know, Berntsen is a creative guy. You might feel like Zarans is on 6s, 5s, 4s, something like that. And he can get rid of those hands by raising it here. He does have a few backdoors plus an ace high. Look at that. That's the creative choices that sometimes don't work out as well as you want. I don't think Sarans is folding, but Berntsen check raises this flop to 40k. Sarans doesn't strike me as a guy who folds queens on a 7-3-3 flop. Neither should he. Berntsen can do this thing for value even with worse hands. He could definitely do it with 9s, 10s or jacks. More likely with jacks than with 9s, but you know, as well as the first thing you have to think, my opponent could also be bluffing, which he is at. No! No way, bro!
So how has been this week until now on the Friday? We have a little bit over middle of the festival, so...
I think that the week has been really nice and action has been really good. We have had a lot of players, which is always good. And I think that the atmosphere today especially is really calm. Everybody is focusing and playing serious poker.
Yeah. So a little bit like, it's not like a tiredness or how you can say, like, or they are like more like focused on the playing.
Yes, if you want to score well in the main event, now you have to focus, now you have to stay calm and play your best poker, a poker only.
So tell us a little bit about yourself. What is your position in the Kings of Tallinn? And
I'm a blogger and have been working for Finnish web pages now for, this is 17th year already.
Okay, wow.
So I've been here a couple of times and actually I've been in every Kings of Tallinn tournament which is held. I remember 2015, the first one, which was over there at Olympia, and then 2016 was this Hilton Casino opened. And I have had the pleasure to see two Finnish players win, Juha Helppi, Matias Knaapinen. They are the only players who have won this nice event, and I have to say that they both think that this is really nice to win over here the big tournament in Tallinn.
yeah. Okay, nice to hear. If you compare, like, because you have been here like so many years, so before Corona and after, like when everything is now already like open, how you like? It's like different, or how you like?
Yeah, I think that in years 2020 and 2021 it was a bit different, but right now I think that it's almost like before COVID.
Like coming back, everything like
exactly.
How it
As it was.
Yes, it was. Okay. Thank you. And you have some kind of like expectations rest of the weekend, or?
Of course, I have expectations. I hope that we find a Finnish winner in this event,
Yes,
of course,
yes.
and we have good chances. There's maybe now something like 45 Finnish players still in when we have 110 players altogether. So it's 40% of the field Finnish now in the main event.
Okay. Thank you, and good luck for the rest of the weekend.
Yeah, I do my best.
Yes.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you.
Laatikainen. Kings have found their way in Laatikainen hand one more time, and she goes all in. There's a raise and a 3-bet in front of her. Cannot blame her for going all in there. The question is, is Salonen feeling as generous, I might say? Is Salonen feeling as generous as Gonzalez was? Salonen is getting less than 2-1. Is he? No way. No way. Salonen makes the call against the 4-bet shove with pocket fives, and Laatikainen was down to 40,000 5 minutes ago, and she is looking in good shape to double up to 236,000. Let's see, ace and an 8 on a flop. Salonen needs a 5 to eliminate Laatikainen, and he needs it on the river. Instead, it's Laatikainen getting a full house on the river, and now she's up to 236,000 in chips. What is going on? Laatikainen was looking like the next person out, and less than 5 minutes later, she is way above tournament average stack and bossing it with 236,000. Salonen still healthy with 238,000.
So hello, good evening.
Hello.
How are you today?
Doing all right. Still playing the main, so can't complain.
Okay. How it has been this week and like today? Tell me a little bit.
Excellent. Like, we really enjoy these like festivals that are like held here in Tallinn.
Okay.
There's like a lot of different tournaments you get to play, so it's always fun. Yes.
Have you been here like before, or this is your first time?
Yes, I actually live here in Tallinn, so I've been here plenty of times, and yes,
Okay.
it's awesome.
So how you compare like years before and now, like environment and so on, like how you?
Yeah, I feel every time they organize a new series, like there is some small improvements, like the decoration or the ping pong table, or like there's always something new that makes it more fun, and yeah, excellent.
Okay, that's nice to hear. And what kind of plans you have like at this tournament? Like
Well, hopefully I run deep because I have never cashed the main event, so it will be like about time, and yes, then we'll see how it goes.
okay, good luck for you.
Thank you.
I'm really excited to be back in Kings of Tallinn. This is one of my favorite events. This, like every year, it always represents like the beginning of autumn, beginning of new, really active work-like season. And today again here, couldn't be more happy.
You told me that you have played poker like before. So tell me about that. Have you been like online or just like?
No, mostly tables, but a little bit online too. But it's like a kind of a hobby. Like sometimes you just pick it up and then you just forget about it for like half an year, and then you like play for a whole month. So it comes in waves.
Yeah, just for the fun.
Yeah, it's obviously for fun.
How are you today?
I'm doing very good. I mean, right now I'm doing good. The performance was great. I felt really confident and nice. But now, as we're waiting for the tournament, then I'm getting really nervous and anxious because I've played the game for a couple of times with my friends. But I mean, that doesn't mean that I can actually play the game.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Day 3 of Kings of Tallinn is on their way. 328 entries, out of which 19 remaining. First place takes home 64,280 euros, and this we will play down till the final table today. So we need 10 more bust outs, and we have a fantastic featured table for you guys. Of course, name number 1 is Algirdas Saveikis from Lithuania with approximately 1.5 million in chips already. He has 550,000 in live tournament cashes. He's the winner of Euro Poker Million main event 2022. Less than a month ago, he won 175,000 for that. Loves to add another 65,000 to an already impressive resume that has 550,000 in live tournament cashes. Of course, second big name Ilari, Zygmunt Sahamies, a total legend of the game, known as a cash game player mostly, but has more than 2 million in live tournament cashes as well. Biggest cash being $770,000. Huge score. Then we have seat number 2 is Atte Oskari Franzila from Finland. Seat number 3, Asmund Jonassen Holvik from Norway. Winner of the 8 Max event in Norwegian Championship this year, by the way. Pyry Kekäläinen from Finland, more than 60,000 in live tournament cashes for him. Garrido Ignacio Gonzalez from Spain sitting at seat number 5, and Marius Olsvik from Norway with 135,000 in live cashes sitting at seat number 7. Blinds have gone up to 8,000, 16,000. My name is Christian Laas, and let's have some fun. This poker is sick. I'm ready. Atte with 20 big blinds rather. He's gonna open things up to 36,000 from the dealer button. Gets rid of the ace, it looks like, from the small blind. Or not yet, no. Asmund is actually contemplating a shove here. Asmund just has 12 big blinds against the button open. He's gonna open it up and go all in. All in from the small blind with a small ace, ace-5. We can see that Atte needs to call something like 150,000. So getting decent enough pot odds with Queen Jack off. Is he willing to gamble though? Is he willing to gamble or not? Pyry has an easy fold with 6-4, and the Queen Jack folds. Does not want to gamble, does not want to take the pot odds. Stays away from it, so Asmund now to 252,000 in chips. Modo, you are very correct. I mean, Zygmunt seems to be very focused, very different to Ilari we are seeing today. Has 26 big blind, 430,000. There was a possibility to place bets on who is going to win this tournament at the start of today. Ilari's odds were 67-1, and it's looking a lot better now. 19 players remaining at the moment. And Ilari with a bit less than tournament average, but he started today with just 100,000, has climbed himself up to more than 400. Sofer 5,000. There's one Estonian still remaining. His name is Mark Metsla. Mark Metsla, the only Estonian still remaining. We lost Sven Reima in 22nd place. Thank you, Riff, for kind words. Hello, Posthuman. Yes, we have new graphics today. They look pretty. I think in that spot you should raise if you are not willing to put it all in. You should have double-checked the opponent's stack. You think he shouldn't raise if he's not willing to put it all in. Yeah, it's a very, very like iffy spot with Queen Jack. You kind of don't want to shove 20 for yourself. But at the same time, it's just super likely that your opponent is going to shove there with anything that he finds. I'm sure like any ace is going to ship it there. Something like King 9 plus is going to go all in for 12. So it's a tough spot. This is why sometimes players start calling from the button with hands like Queen Jack. But not this time. Yes, Offer. I mean, Estonians haven't done really well in their home turf this time. But I mean, we still have Mark Metsla. He started today with 203,000. Out of all the players remaining, he was the shortest stack at the start of the day, but still alive. Best player at the table when he's focused, and I mean, there is a reason he was one of the most feared players in the world at one point. He has a lot of poker talent, Zygmunt we're talking about. So much talent in this head of his. And if he is focused, if he's trying his best, he sure is very, very dangerous even in 2022. Pocket sixes for our chip leader now. Expect to see a raise with... He's been the most aggressive player, which is expected from this big stack. I mean, he has tripled the tournament average. Makes it 32 with pocket sixes. Getting decent hands as well, to be fair. Has had his fair share of good hands. And there's like Nothing to write home about with sixes, but it's definitely gives him an opportunity to go after those blinds and antes. But Ilari with a suited king 7 gonna defend his big blind and see a flop. 88,000 in the middle. Christian, are you playing online right now? Yes, I'm playing the free buy tournament on the side. Jack 9 deuce. 29 players remaining in the free buy. I'm trying to get into Kings of Tallinn online event for free. Today's free buy winner will get the €150 ticket for free. Check, check on a flop. 8 of clubs on a turn gives Ilari a gut shot straight draw. But still pockets it sixes ahead. We can see it's 79%. But will Ilari interpret the check on the flop as weakness and try and steal this away with just king high? Very likely it would work should Ilari bet, but no, he's gonna check it over to the chip leader once more. Yeah, today's free buy post-human, it started at 4 p.m. 9 of clubs on the river, meaning that Algirdas, should this hand go to showdown, is gonna end up winning it, but Ilari is gonna try and steal it away. It looks like a large bet. Goes for an over bet of 100,000 on the river, targeting hands like 3s, 4s, 5s and ace highs. Trying to mostly get rid of hands like ace queen, ace king, ace 10 and even pocket sixes. Nice overbet bluff here on the river for Sahamies, and now up to 470,000, and he looks very serious today. He looks like he means business. Love to see Ilari when he's playing his best and when he's focused. Give Ilari a chance to steal a pot away and he will more often than not take this opportunity. Could have stolen away this pot on a turn or on the river by just betting with his pair of sixes. Instead, he shows weakness to the shark, and shark will smell the blood in the water. Jack 4 of clubs now for the chip leader. Gonna let go one hand for once. So we see Asmund with ace 9 of clubs. Another weird stack, 16 big blinds, so he's just gonna go all in with the ace 9 of clubs. Can anybody find something to call him with? Folded all the way to the big blind with king 9. Smartly lets go of the king high and blinds and antes for Asmund. Asmund Holvik brought 337 to this feature table at the moment. Hovering around the same stack, 297 for him, or 18 big blind. Marius, our shortest stack, with 249,000 or 15 big blinds. Still not super short stacks, like no super short stacks here. Tournament average stack is approximately 30 big blinds at the moment, with the blinds being 8 and 16,000. So what a structure for a tournament. Just a great deep stack structure. Usually when you have a deep stack tournament like this, the best poker minds emerge to be victorious. And we seem to have 7 wonderful players at this feature table at least. Jack 9 good enough for a raise from Buru from the hijack. But Algirdas, as I said, has had his fair share of good hands, and this is the best of those hands. Pocket aces. We can see that should Algirdas 3-bet here, which I assume he's going to do, he's not gonna get called by Buru's Jack 9, and I really don't recommend going after the big stacks, big blind with a hand like Jack 9 off. He's gonna play back at you, or at least see a flop so often, and he's gonna pressure you so much. So maybe stay away from hands like Jack 9 if the big stack is in the big blind, and sometimes they even get a hand, believe it or not. Trying to figure out the sizing to go with. Maybe something like 80,000. Maybe just ship it all in to make it look, try and make it look weaker. Or just call. It's definitely a possibility. They're not super deep stacked. I mean, it's like 25 big blinds effective. You can definitely just call. But something close to 80 would make much sense to me. He goes larger, goes to 106,000. Which in general you want to do when you're out of position. The thing is, once the stacks get shallower, the 3-bets don't have to be that large anymore. But Pyry will fold, leaves himself with 395. I'll get us back up to 1.4 million. Sure, he wanted to get some action with the aces. Has to wait for another spot. Trying to eavesdrop on what the players are talking about. Couldn't really understand much. What was the conversation? Still 19 players. We play down to final 9. Then we come back tomorrow to crown the winner. One of those guys is looking very good, or has a very good chance of making this final table. The Lithuanian Algirdas Saveikis with 1.4 million, just cruising. Ilari Sahamies though, he wants to be there. And he will open this pot to 32,000. Those yellow chips are worth 25k each. Purple chips worth 5k each. Light blue chips are worth 1k each. So 2x the big blind. Asmund with an ace on the big blind. Does he want to defend? I would assume so. Against the cutoff open. A min raise. There's antes in there as well. 16k to win 88k. You're getting pretty damn good pot odds. So he's gonna call. The password was for the free buy tournament. It's already, the late registration is closed for the tournament. Started, as you can see, 16:00 or 4 p.m. GMT +3. So the late reg is already open. We are down to 22 players at the free buy at the moment. Couple of 5s and a deuce, so 2 pair for Asmund. Ilari bets 40,000 into a pot of 88, so a bit less than 50%. And Asmund flops 2 pair. It's a significant portion of Asmund's remaining stack, so he's gonna make the call, but the problem with ace-deuce at a spot like this is if you're behind, you're just way behind. If you're ahead, never mind. There's another deuce giving Asmund a full house now. He can feel very comfortable with the full house at the moment because it's not very likely Ilari is opening too many 5s. Maybe ace-5 suited, so it has to be ace-5 of spades or ace-5 of clubs. And Asmund holding the ace of clubs, meaning there's just basically one more combination of hands left that you have to be worried about that Ilari can have. So you can basically feel like you have a lock on the hand here with an ace-deuce. This is why I know it's gonna get check-backed very often, so I really don't mind a lead here. Even if you know that you're almost always ahead, it's gonna get checked back with over pairs, over cards that might call a bet here, but not a bet of 100,000. Goes for a way too large bet. Bets more than 50% of his remaining stack. He should have gone something like 40, 50. Just better try put a small, like a block bet in there. Maybe even get a bluff from Ilari Sahamees. By betting 100,000, it takes all the bluffs out and just hopes that Ilari has something like aces, kings, queens. Has an overpair. Nines or jacks or tens. But more often than not, Ilari does not have any of that. So maybe bet smaller. Of course, don't hate a check, but I kind of like the lead on a turn. But the sizing was the issue here. You can see the cumulative winnings. Everybody around where they started from. No big winners, no big losers. It's the chip leader who's won the most, who has added about 150,000 to his stack. Algerdas, you can see he's the most aggressive as well. And the least aggressive has been Ilari Sahamees, 18%. It's not what we used to, but he is really looking to pick his spots here. 10-8 off for Garrido. Has been quite quiet as well. Yesterday we saw him with a huge stack compared to the field, and he was playing very aggressively, but now it's just with 20 big blinds he needs to pick his spots very carefully as well. Marius finds the ace king off with 15 bigs, raises it to 33,000. Are we playing till the winner today or just final table? Final table, sir. We are playing till the final table. We'll come back tomorrow with a brand new stream, and then we will play down to the winner, and somebody will win 64,280 euros. Congratulations to everybody making it to the money in the free buy tournament. And guys, in about 2 hours we will have a Kings of Tallinn online event as well. It's a €150 PKO tournament with a $1,050 tournament ticket added to the winner for the WSOP PKO tournament. So you have a chance to win a bracelet if you play this Kings of Tallinn online event. Queen, deuce and a 7 on the flop, giving Pyry top pair here, defending the big blind, and it's Marius not finding the best of flops with the ace king. He's gonna bet 23,000. Interesting to see if Pyry is gonna call or raise. It's a super dry board though, so I expect to see a call mostly though. 23 into a pot of 113. Takes 4 purple chips and 3 light blue chips, and it's a call. 136 in the middle now. Marius with 185 in behind and gets the ace of diamonds on the turn, so now takes a huge lead in this pot. 86% for him. Pyry, can he get away from his pair of queens now? Should Marius bet? Marius should continue betting small. Something like 35,000 again. Really needs to represent this ace every time he's bluffing as well. Plus he does hit this ace fairly often. So protect your bluffs. Let's see what size Pyry chooses though. Goes large. Goes quite large here on the turn. Looks like something about 75,000, leaving himself with 110 behind. So not the largest, but approximately 60% of the pot on a turn. Doesn't go small. Problem with going large there is you're targeting, your opponent doesn't have too many ace highs that floats on a turn. So you're targeting a queen or a 7 or a deuce, so betting large there kind of protects your bluffs. But at the same time, it's gonna be super difficult to get calls from a 7 or a deuce, so you're basically just trying to get a call from a queen, which we can see that Pyry has a queen. Makes the call. Marius with just 110 behind. There is already 286,000 in the middle. There are 19 players remaining, Thomhar. Needs a queen or a 5 on the river. does not get it. It's a 9 of spades instead. And Pyry definitely gonna check it over to Marius, and Marius, I would hope at least, is gonna go for value on the river. It's just a perfect run out for the ace-king. Check from Pyry. Marius has been very shy going for value bets on the river, but this is just way too strong to not go for it. Goes for the last 110,000, goes all in, and Pyry hates life at the moment. Getting more than 3-1. You need your opponent to be bluffing at least once every 3 times to be profitable by making this call, chip EV wise. But there is at least a little bit of ICM to be worried about. As well as Marius has been quite shy on the river. Has even checked back many top pairs if the kicker has not been good enough for him. And Marius going all in must be scary, but at the same time Marius must know his image, so he must be bluffing there every now and then. But nice fold from Pyry. No, he's going to call. He's gonna make the call for 110,000, leave himself with just 138,000 behind, and a full double up from Marius now. Getting a nice turn card for top pair, top kicker, and gets the full double up. Pyry just thinking that it's way too likely that Mario is just trying to represent that ace. He must be turning something into a bluff, a hand like King Jack, King 10 maybe a small pocket pair. And he makes the call with Queen 5, trying to be a hero, but he's close to a 0 after this hand. Still 138,000, but that is one read that did not work out for him. 546,000 the tournament average. We are down to final 18 players. We have lost Agi-Petteri Vassholm. Agi-Petteri Vassholm in 19th place, so everybody has guaranteed themselves a little bit more money. Top 18 players now receive 3,080 euros. Next money jump is when we reach final 15. So 3,080 guaranteed and locked up now, but next money jump at final 15. King Jack off for Marius now after getting the full double up with the Ace King. Has a lot more playing room, more than 30 big blinds now. Still a bit less than tournament average, but having the biggest stack to the left with 3 times the tournament average, it feels like he's somewhere around 6th to 7th place mark at the moment. Looking good to make the final table. Of course, you still need to keep it going. Rex Hungry just crushing the free buy here. Crushing number 1 Soul with pocket 6s against pocket jacks. 14 players remaining at the free buy. 8-7 for Garrido. Gonzalez makes the call with the suited connected hand from the big blind, getting a big blind discount. 90,000 in the middle. Heads up. You can see that 8-7 suited has 37% in this situation. So getting like 4-1 is just great odds from the big blind. Jack 5-5 is a great flop for Marius, but problem for him is not gonna get paid. It's gonna be a small bet. Really small bet. It's just a dry pair board. You're always betting small there. So bet of 22,000, and that's the reason. More often than not, your opponent has nothing there, so you can bet small with if you hit it or if you don't hit it. You just don't really have to bet big on this board to generate a lot of folds. So things looking up for Marius here. So let's see, while we wait for the cards to be dealt, who is still in the free buy. Just Estonians, no Finns left, no Latvians left. Just 13 Estonians trying to battle it out. Crazy. Ace King for Marius. As I said, things were looking up for Marius. They're looking even better now with the Ace King off. Of course, it's a drawing hand. Of course, You still haven't made a pair yet, but Ace King just looks very good, especially in a short-handed table. As we are at the moment, we're playing six-handed on 3 tables. Once we reach final 16, we will have a redraw for final 2 tables. As it's an 8-handed tournament. A raise and a take, so 3rd hand in a row for Marius. Kinda on a roll here. I'm sure our chip leader is taking notice, and our chip leader, he doesn't mind Marius getting all those chips. He wants to have the biggest stacks to his right and the smaller stacks to his left. Christian do sell some stake percentage of the Kings of Tallinn online tournament. Super Mario, sure, but I need to figure out if I can even register, because if we should reach the final table near that time, then I have to go home before I reg to the tournament. Otherwise, I would have to stay at Hilton to play this one out, and I kind of don't want to do it. Pocket tens for Asmund. I will let you know like 30 minutes before the tournament starts how it looks like. But I really don't mind selling any action. Gets the blinds and antes. I wonder if that Ilari Red Bull was sugarless. Yes, Lemari, for sure it was. He's been asking specifically for sugarless Red Bull. Though I did it for a while. I took everything sugarless. All my Cokes sugarless, all my Red Bull sugarless. I just gained and gained and gained and gained. It doesn't help, it doesn't work at all. Now I drink with sugar and I finally start to lose weight. Tom, as Lehmari said, Ilari has a weight bet going on with somebody. Has a big weight bet going on that he needs to be 85 kilos or less by the end of the year. So this is why the zero sugar stuff, I believe. Ace King for Asmund. 32,000 is the price to see the flop, and 32,000 is not enough for Algir. I mean, it's not too much for Algirdas. He can definitely defend with 6-5, feeling that he can put decent amount of pressure on those middling stacks that Asmund is. But 6-5 suited is just too raggy for Algirdas, especially against an undergun open, so he's just gonna let this one go. Nah, I think it's like 8. Tom, I think it's like 8, closer to 8 kilos. Because, bear in mind, Zahamias, he's not like 190. He's like 170 something, maybe. Should be doable. Pocket 5s for Pyry. That is an all-in hand if I've ever seen one. You have 7.5 big blinds, you have pocket 5s. You should go with it, at least in my opinion. He's going all in. Can anybody call him though? I haven't seen Zitting anywhere, Roostery. Personally, at least. The thing is, I haven't been able to roam too much on the tournament area as well. Algirdas finds pocket 10s. We are poised to see an elimination because Algirdas is not folding to pocket 10s against the 7 big blind shove here. Algirdas still has big blind to worry about though. So should he just call? Should he reshove all in? That's what he's thinking about. Big blind has about 400,000 in chips. 122 to call, but I think he's gonna just isolate all in. At least that's my expectation of this situation and on my read. So he's gonna go all in for 1.3, and Asmund actually has a strong hand. He's gonna fold pocket 7s. So Pyry at the risk here with pocket 5s against Algirdas, our chip leaders. Pocket 10s, needs a 5 to stay alive. Let's see if he can hit it on the flop. 3, 4, and a king with 3 hearts. So couple more outs here. Now can hit a deuce or a 5 on the river, but it is not a deuce or a 5. It's a queen of hearts, so we lose Pyry and in 18th place, right? He will take home 3,000 euros for his 18th place finish, and we are down to final 17. Final 17 here at Kings of Tallinn main event. $11 kilograms at least a month ago. Well, I'm hoping that he's losing at least 2 in a month, otherwise he's gonna have a big trouble reaching the goal by the end of the year. Unless he's gonna go on a like super just not eating for 2 weeks in a row, then it's easy. Which you can always do. If this is why I never do weight bets. Like it's just so easy to not just eat for 2 weeks and just lose the weight like that. So and just risk your health and everything just for the money. I don't think I mean it's a great thing that people are trying to be better in shape, so I hope they actually like get better in shape and not like cheat out of the bet in that sense, and they actually get a healthier lifestyle, you know, start working out, get jogging on. Ace 4 for Marius opens it up to 33. And facing Ace Queen from Gonzalez. Gonzalez has, how much does he have? He has 16 big blinds. It's a perfect 3-bet shove stack. So I assume he's gonna 3-bet all in for 275,000. Marius cannot make the call with a raggy Ace 4. So Gonzalez now up to 332,000 in chips. He will probably do that. He will do that. Lose the... Whoa! All of a sudden, we are down to final 16, guys. We have lost Atte Oskari Franssila in 17th place, so we are down to final 2 tables. Guys, we're gonna go on a small break because we lost Franssila from one of the outer tables. We're gonna go on a small break, about 12 minutes again, to have final 2 tables for you guys and a completely new featured table. Hopefully it's gonna be as exciting as this one was, so don't go anywhere far, and see you guys in 12 minutes with the final 2 tables, and we will play down to the final table. Ciao.
Yeah, I played well, but the river cars is taking out me. Yeah, I got 2 big hands, and I'm leading after the river. I go before the river, but after that I'm losing it.
Okay. But yeah. You wasn't the first one who lost the game, so.
I'm not the first one who get out.
No.
Really?
No.
Excellent.
So
okay.
It went good.
It was difficult. We had a really aggressive table, so lots of international players, superstars. So it was difficult for me.
Me, like an amateur, first time I played.
With the big tables.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
But I think I doing quite well.
Yeah.
I was the stack leader.
Yeah. A bit longer time.
Longer time,
okay.
But yeah.
Game.
I really enjoyed it. I had a lot of fun, and I would have enjoyed it for a little bit more.
A few hours longer?
Yeah. Maybe not a few hours. 1 hour longer would have been nice, but I'm happy. Yeah, I had fun. Okay.
I'm so happy that I was beaten by a player who has potential to win this game today. And he was really happy to get my gift bag that I gave him. So I hope he does well today.
Yeah. Actually, the game was really good. We had a very good table. It was fun. We had a lot of banter. And then I was just about to have a tiny pause in the game just to go out for a bit. And then I got aces. So that's the best, almost the best starting, not almost, but this is the best starting hand that you can have. So, okay, I got the player all in. And he had 6s. And the first moment, the dealer like put the cards on the table, we could see a 6. So right now, I'm being honest. I'm very tilted. So I'm like a bit angry, I guess, but nothing a little walk can't fix.
Yeah.
So I will be okay. I will be okay. Finally.
Yeah.
In a few years.
The game was pretty good. I was lucky and unlucky both ways, so it was quite nice.
Okay, and about your table, how was the...
It was a pretty nice table because there was one people in Scotland and one from England and a couple of Estonians and one from Latvia, or was it Lithuania? Nice. I was the only Finnish one. Really nice table.
Game has been good, so I have a quite good stack. The table is really nice guys, and it's just like 150 euros tournament, so everybody's taking it maybe easier than a bigger one. So the atmosphere is really relaxed, but with the good players and really good feeling.
Welcome to the Kings of Tallinn 2022. I'm Nina Kristan and I will be your host in this festival, which is taking place in this beautiful, amazing Hilton Tallinn Park Hotel. The festival started on a high note, attracting record-breaking crowds to the most early sites events, and today the most important battle has begun, the 1,100 buy-in main event. Late registration for the main event will stay open through the first day and close after the first level of the day 2 tomorrow. And the day 1 action will be live streamed on Olipet Poker Twitch and Olipet Poker YouTube channels. The main event may be the most important tournament, but there is plenty of other actions too. At 9 p.m. is when the 64 players will return to the final day of €550 buy-in event. The winner of that event will earn €27,000. At the same time, €440 progressive bounty event will begin. And 1 hour later, players will have a chance to team up in the €250 team event. For the first time in a while, there's an all-women team competing as well. The best of luck to them. The final event for today will be €120 satellite to €1,100 Kings of Tallinn PLO Championships, which will start tomorrow. Talking about tomorrow, other than the main event and PLO Championship, there is also €350 Olympic Deep Stack, a €660 Mystery Bounty, €120 NLH Win, the Button event and the Mixed Games in the evening. Be sure to follow our daily content and the live streams on Kings of Tallinn and the Olipet social media, as well on YouTube. Also, you can find more information on the kingsoftallinn.com. See you here. Hello, so how it has been this week for you?
It's been swinging up and down, 2 cashes and 4 events so far, so it's okay.
But good feelings?
Yeah, I've had a lot of fun, so
Okay.
that's what's the most important part of poker for me.
Yeah, and the poker festival, of course. You have like at the moment in the table, how is your feelings? What kind of table you have? And
I just rigged the 350 deep stack and doubled up, so it's okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
And some kind of expectations for the night, for today? What are your plans?
Hope to run deep in the 350. It's still early, so 1 double up doesn't mean that much, but yeah, maybe hop on the 1K Omaha if I bust.
Okay, great. Okay, so good luck for you. And about the weekend, you have some plans in other days as well?
Not for now. Maybe play some cash today and tomorrow night.
Okay. So good luck for you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
think, but if I'm raising with a hand like 10-9 of hearts in a deep stack tournament, I really am hoping to get 3-bet. I really want to play 3-bet pots with a hand like this. As it is, it's a call from pocket deuces, another call from Jarttu here with Jack 8 of hearts. So we're gonna see a flop 3 ways. $2.7k in the middle. Blinds are 100 and 300. This is hand 37. Look at that for a flop though. King, 3 and a 6. Jarttu with a flush draw. Garzelis with a weaker flush draw. Lukaukas, not too much for him, but at the moment he's ahead with a pair of deuces. I don't see Lukauskas continuing though against a bet of 900. Will Jarttu just call or will he raise? He's going to just call here with his jack high flush draw. And shoot the turn, be a heart, we're gonna see some fireworks. Unless it's a 3 of hearts. But still, even a 3 of hearts, look at that turn card. 7 of hearts on the turn. Jarttu is looking in a very good spot to win a lot of money here. He's gonna check it over to Garzelis, who's going to think he has the best hand here. Jarttu might just end up check calling. Well, we're gonna have to see if how the run out comes. I mean, if the river is a complete blank, I really don't see all the chips not going in there. I honestly think this might be the end for Garzelis, but you never know. I mean, if Garzelis is gonna bet something like 2.5k here, and Jarttu is just gonna call, there are plenty of rivers that Jarttu is gonna continue check calling on. As well as Jarttu still has the third nuts, not the first or second nuts. But Garzelis is looking very confident with his 10 high flush here. It's not easy to get a 2-card flush on No Limit Hold'em. It's even harder for 2 of the players to have it. It's a bet of 3k. If Jarttu is gonna raise here, the chips are going in, I feel like. I don't feel like Garzelis is gonna get away from his 10 high flush. Jarttu definitely can raise here with a 4-5, a set, 2 pair to protect against potential flush draws. So there you have it. I think this is it for Garzelis. We'll have to see. We have seen sicker folds, but there's plenty that Jarttu is raising here with that you're still ahead of. Jarttu can be bluffing, that's for sure. The first thing you have to think that players can't be bluffing. You don't have to just worry about the better hands. Jarttu can be bluffing, turning something like ace-4 with ace of hearts into a bluff. Jarttu can have 4-5, set of 6s, set of 3s, set of 7s that play the same way. King 7 probably plays the same way. Must be King 7 suited. Before you tell me Jarttu doesn't have King 7, we just saw Simpson also call with King 7 against the raise from similar position in an earlier hand. So definitely Jarttu has that hand as well. So it's just a call from Garzelis. And the river is the blank. It's the blankest of the blank. Even better for Lahtinen here, because now it's even more likely that Lahtinen might have something like 8-9. Again, 4-5. Of course, if Lahtinen had a set here, he might be slowing down on the river, but I don't see Garzelis folding this hand. Jarttu goes all in for 25k. If I'm Garzelis, I'm snap calling this off and just hoping that I'm best. Sometimes you lose, sometimes you win, but always call. And Garzelis does make the call, and Jarttu gets the good news that his jack high flush was against the 10 high flush, and the pot worth 49,300 goes over to Jarttu here, who is now our new table chip leader. And what was I telling when Jarttu joined the table? Jarttu makes his way every single time we have those streams. Jarttu gets a big stack somehow, and there you have it, 72,000. It's still very, very early days.
So about today, this evening.
Kings of Tallinn main event. 328 entries, generating a prize pool worth more than 300,000 euros. And we are down to final 2 tables. And what a final 2 tables we have for you guys. Everybody has guaranteed themselves at least 3,080 euros. Next player out. And then everybody will guarantee themselves 3,850 euros, but the winner will take home 64,280 euros. That's what we are playing for here today. Well, not today. Today we will play down to the final table. You have the payouts for the final table at the bottom below, at the screen bottom below. Yeah, you understand what I mean. Anyway, you can see the payouts of the final table on the bottom of the screen. My name is Christian Laas. Let's enjoy this final 2 tables. It is gonna be intense. It is gonna be fantastic and a pleasure to watch. Asmund opens things up with a raise with ace-4 of clubs from under the gun +2. Blinds are 8,000, 16,000 with a big blind ante of another 16,000. We have 2 very large stacks at the tournament, and everybody else has approximately 35 big blinds or less. Our chip leader is Adam Samir Karman from Australia with 2 million in chips. Second in chips is Algirdas Saveikis with 1,488,000. Third place goes to Jordi Conejos Paixas with 658,000. So very large gap between those 2. Let's see how it plays out. As Mr. Yulibari loves to say, Zachary with the smallest stack of this featured table at the moment, with just 9 big blinds, needs to make something happen soon. So there's a 800 euro bubble between 16th and 15th place, or money jump. So I'm assuming smaller stacks kind of want to wait for that extra 800 euros. Why do you wear GG Poker hearts? Was there satellites at GG for this event? Roundery, yes, there were satellites. Plus, if you are wearing a GG Poker badge, you are participating. You had a bubble protection on, as well as you're participating with the Olibet badge in a last longer. The player wearing an Olibet badge who lasts longer gets a $1,050 tournament ticket for free for WSOP online going on at GG Poker. So it's a double promo between Olibet and GG Poker. Also, we have a 150 euro Kings of Tallinn online event for you guys today, starting at 8 p.m. local time, or about 1 hour and 40 minutes, where there is another $1,050 WSOP online ticket added for the winner. 10,000 euros guaranteed for the online event. Mark Metzla will call with pocket 7s against the Adams raise. Adam is the biggest stack of the tournament with more than 2 million. He opens things up with ace queen. Mark calls with pocket 7s, and Vyacheslav with king queen. Vyacheslav with king queen and approximately 16 big blinds. There's 106,000 in the middle, and Vyacheslav has 263. He might go all in here, trying to pick up those 106,000. We can see that he's probably gonna get called by either Adam or Mark, but you never know in a situation like this. Players might be playing a lot more tighter than usual. How many left in the field at the moment? Final 16 or final 2 tables. Vyacheslav can also just call, obviously. King Queen plays just fine as a call. I don't think he's considering folding though. I think he's thinking to himself, should he go all in? There's so much money in the middle. If I get a couple of folds, I add approximately 30% to my stack. So these are the thoughts going through Vyacheslav's head right now. Vyacheslav Yakuzin taking his time. We saw him yesterday as well. He really thinks through all of his options, doesn't leave anything to chance in that sense. Figures out the best option right now for him would be to call. Stays away from immediate trouble at least, because I think he would have gotten called from Adam at least with ace-queen. Just call, so 3 ways to the flop, 123,000. In the middle, queen-eye board though. That is trouble for Vyacheslav. Queen, deuce, 5. Vyacheslav with top pair, very strong kicker, king, but Adam flops top pair, top kicker. And Vyacheslav is the one to lead into this pot. Bets 75,000. Or 70,000 instead, leaving himself with 176 behind. It's looking grim for Jakuzin here. Who is the dealer? Maybe a famous Estonian singer. Show me the dealer. Show me the dealer. I want to know. I want to see. But at the moment, I want to see how Adam will continue. Will he just call? Yes, he will. Just calls with the top pair, top kicker. Mark Metzla, after getting led into and called on the flop, it must feel suspicious that somebody may have a better hand than him, so he will fold to pocket sevens and heads up to the turn. And unless the turn is a king, I feel like Vyacheslav is gonna go all in and Adam is gonna call, but it all remains to be seen. Very dry board. Ace of spades might save Vyacheslav here. A best card for him. He doesn't know it just yet, but it's a scary card for top pair now. It's a scary card for queens, so Vyacheslav checks it over to Adam. Obviously, Adam doesn't call with too many aces. Adam has a lot of hands like jacks, tens, nines, eights, as well as queen jack, king queen himself, queen 10, that might want to call the flop. So he checks back the turn, plays it sneakily. Vyacheslav bets 65,000 on the river, leaving himself with 111,000 behind, but he's gonna know about Adam's hand very soon. 0% chance that Adam is just calling here. Adam is gonna think about it for a while and he's gonna go all in, and Vyacheslav is gonna puke in his mouth. There's the all in. There's the all in from the chip leader. We can see he's gonna be up to at least 2.2 million in chips. And Vyacheslav, 100,000 to call. The pot is worth approximately 450. So getting 4.5 to 1, but how often is Adam really bluffing here? That's the question. Where is Jartu? I'm sure Jartu is playing some of the side events going on today. Let's see what side events are going on, but before we go there, let's see what's going on at this table and how Vyacheslav will continue. Will he end up calling the king-queen, or can he get away from the pair of queens? The ace of spades on a turn might have saved him. No, it does not. Vyacheslav will be eliminating, getting the bad news that he was behind all the way, pre-flop, on the flop, on the turn, and on the river. But I have some news for you. Since we lost Ignacio Gonzalez Garrido, Ignacio Gonzalez from the outer table before Vyacheslav, then Vyacheslav Jakuzin is actually the 15th place finisher. So Gonzalez gets 3,080 euros for his 16th place finish, and Vyacheslav, by taking his time, makes himself another 800 euros, takes home 3,850 euros for a 15th place finish, meaning we are down to final 14. Final 14, ladies and gentlemen, here in Kings of Tallinn main event. We did lose Gonzalez from the outer tables, so we are playing 7-handed on each of those two tables. We are streaming with a 30-minute delay, Marza. Does any bluffs check back to turn and then bluff? It is very rare bluff line, I have to tell you, yeah. Just super under-bluffed line to check back the turn and then shove the river. So let's check what tournaments are still going on. It's September 17th. The local time is 6 p.m. and 26 minutes. At 5 p.m. we had the 150 euro Olibet Special Unlimited Re-Entry 2-day event. So 150 euro Unlimited Re-Entry 2-day event. Late reg for 8 levels, meaning that players can still enter this tournament. At 7 p.m. there will be a 550 euro seniors event, meaning that you have to be at least 50 years of age or more to enter. It plays 6-handed. Of course, today at 8 p.m. we have the online tournament, 150 euro Kings of Tallinn Olibet online progressive bounty tournament, 10,000 euros guaranteed. WSOP online event number 31, $1,050 ticket added to the winner. It's PKO. I can't wait for that. Just an hour and a half until this one starts. And then at 9 p.m. today we have a 2-7 tournament. 250 euro pot limit 2-7 triple draw tournament going on. That plays 6-handed. At 10 p.m. the last event today will be 250 no limit hold'em hyper turbo tournament with unlimited re-entries as well. Pocket sevens for Julian now. Haven't seen him at the feature table yet. Has made it to the final 14 here at Kings of Tallinn main event and has approximately 15 big blinds. So pocket sevens, he's gonna go all in from the under the gun +2 position. Mark Metzla is going to fold, as will Sahamies. Folded all the way to the big blind. Osmond probably cannot make the call with Queen 10 off as well against the 16 big blind shove. So 40,000 of much needed chips added to Julian here. Next money jump will be when we reach final 12 players. It'll go up from $3,850 or 3,850 euros to 4,620 euros. Everybody making the final table were guaranteed themselves 5,700 euros. Top 7 making 10k or more, with the winner adding 64,280 euros to their bank account. Ace-5 of hearts for our other big stack. Algirdas has a position on the biggest stack, just the immediate position, so the best position of the table. All the short stacks to his left and the biggest stack of the tournament to his right, so what a spot to be in. He's gonna open things up with 33k. Jallu, it seems like it. Sigmund has been all business all day today, just really focused and playing super well. Started today with 100,000, now up to, well, he has lost a bit ever since making the feature table. He made the feature table with 450, but the blinds being as high as they are, he is now down to 350 approximately. Osmund with the pretty looking King 10 of clubs from the small blind lets it go, but the chip leader Adam facing a raise from the second in chips from under the gun. I would assume he wants to defend this big blind, getting 4-1 here. He's gonna call 17,000, pot is 90k. So heads up between the two monster stacks here. We see a flop of Queen Jack deuce, so Adam takes the lead with a pair of jacks. Second pair, Algirdas. You can definitely continue on a board like this. You can represent a lot of strong hands opening from under the gun. We can see that he missed completely. And Algirdas will continuation bet 21,000, which I assume will get called from Adam. I don't see him raising, no reason to fold just yet. He can definitely be ahead with a pair of jacks. Can improve on a turn as well, so he's gonna make the call. There's 132 in the middle. Algirdas needs an ace. Instead, it's a 9 of diamonds, giving Adam 2 pair now. If you thought that you can bluff out Adam on a turn, now it's way less likely. And we can see that King 10 of clubs that hit the muck from the small blind would have made a straight. 7 of clubs on a river, meaning that Adam has the check mark with 2 pair jacks and 9s. He's gonna go for some value probably here on the river. Trying to get value from something like King Jack, Ace Jack, Jack 10, Pocket 10s. So he's gonna try to find a sizing that looks the most suspicious. Doesn't even need to pick up any chips. Instantly gets a fold from his opponent. And the rich get even more richer now. 2.4 million. About 25% of the total chips in the play for Adam here. So really like crushing this tournament at the moment. Just super cruising. Average stack with 14 players left is 700,000. He has 2.4, 3.5 times the average stack. His stack would be average when there's 4 players remaining, but there's 14. What a spot to be in. His stack has probably something like 25k equity at the moment. Maybe even more. Maybe like 35k. But what he's guaranteed is 3850. In No Limit Hold'em, everything is possible. Especially with having the second biggest stack to your left. 67 for Mark. He's gonna fold, as will Ilari with the Jack 10 off. Ilari now has less than 20 big blinds. Asmund finds the muck. So it's up to the blinds to figure out the winner, and the blinds are the biggest stacks. Adam against Saveikis or Algirdas. Adam starts with a call with the 9-4 of clubs. Algirdas with King 6 checks his option. 48k in the pot, and it's heads up. A6 and an 8. A pair of 6s for Algirdas, a couple of backdoors for Adam, but Adam with just 9 high. We might see Adam trying to take a stab at it with on an ace high board, thinking that Algirdas is probably raising a lot of his aces pre-flop. Christian, what you will do with the 64,280 if you win the main event? Honestly, I don't think not much. Honestly, I don't think too much. I think I will live pretty similar life. I will buy a few. It's a bet of 20,000, gets called, and now a gut shot straight draw for Adam. I will buy a few mental bonuses for sure. Yes, driver's license, exactly. Super Mario, thank you for reminding me. If I would win 64,280 euros from a poker tournament, I would become a driver. I'd probably buy a car. Yeah, that's the only thing I would like. Only thing I would buy that's of significance. Other than that, I mean, it's a very nice money to have. I would play a lot more higher stakes poker. And but other than that, it's money to play more poker with, for me. A bet of 65,000 on a turn from Adam, and Algirdas doesn't look like he wants to fold. Trip to Little. Yeah. I've been thinking about going on vacation now to Bali, so I would have money to go to Bali. I have a hired driver already. I pay her plenty of money and it's called my girlfriend. So she better drive me around. 7 more minutes of 8 and 16,000, after which we move on to 10 and 20. Pocket fives for Mark Metzla and approximately 22 bigs. Does he want to even raise? I think fives you want to raise. I think Mark actually wants to fold deuces, threes and fours pre-flop with a 22 big blind stack against the cup. And even fives. Mark agrees with me. I thought that he might want to raise pocket fives here, but I'm sure a lot of the small pocket pairs lose a lot of their value when you're raising into huge stacks who can pressure you so much. You're just gonna get played back at so often. Zachary finds queen 9 of diamonds to go all in with for his last 8.5 big blinds. And Adam hasn't folded the ace-7. From the button against an 8.5 big blind stack, probably should be a fold. So he's gonna fold Algirdas with a tad bit better hand and one less opponent to worry about. Just a big blind after him and ace-8 off. Will he make the call or not? Is the table see-through from below? How do we find out players' cards? It's called, technology is called RFID, meaning basically, to call it simply, the cards have a microchip in them. There's very special cards, they have a microchip in them, and the table has a microchip reader in it. So you see those boxes in front of players. When the cards get into the box, then the reader realizes exactly what cards they have and it's transferred into a computer and onto your screen. Ace King for Julian here, and Julian will find even better of a hand, and 2 of the shortest stacks go all in. It's Ace King against Queen 9, but it's Zachary at risk needing a queen or a 9 or a flush to stay alive, and that is as dead as it comes. Needs running diamonds, 6 of spades seals the deal for Zachary. We lose Zachary Nicholas Deuce in 14th place. He will get 3,850 euros for his 14th place finish, and we are down to final 13. Next money jump will be once we reach final 12. Super Mario, I do it now every month. Every month on a payday I already buy some discs. GG for Zachary though, and we are down to final 13. We will play down to final 9 today. Nobody's super short anymore. Ilari, the shortest stack with 19 bigs. In about 5 minutes the blinds go up as well, so even less than. Nah, I love my bag too much. I'm never changing my bag. I'm using my bag forever. I appreciate it too much. My disc golf bag means the world to me. I think I use this bag more than I use my regular clothes or anything. It's a sweetheart to me. And it's the best gift I've gotten in a long, long while. So I thank you all that gave it to me. But yeah, I still do it nowadays. Every payday I go to the store and buy a few discs to actually have a bag full of discs, not wine and beers. Did I hear it correctly? Did you guys hear it as well? I heard someone sounding a lot like Ilari Zahamies asking for an Irish coffee. I think I heard it correctly, guys. It's happening. It's happening. We might get the good old Ilari back. Although he doesn't have too much time for that. He needs to make a move sometime soon anyway. There's not much play room with 19 big blinds. It's pretty straightforward poker with that. Of course, with every Irish poker you tend to get a bit more creative with hands you want to go all in with. Julian calls from the button with Jack 5, and Mark Metzla, first chance to actually make a move, and he's gonna use it with Queen Deuce of Diamonds. He's gonna raise it up to 52,000. No free flop for you, Julian. You wanna play, then you have to pay, and the price is 52,000. Julian, even though he looks like he's thinking about calling, we all know he's thinking about just saving face here and folding it to Mark. Just letting Mark know in a quiet way that don't do it too often, my man. I might have a hand every now and then. 13 players remaining now. 13 players. Just 4 more bust outs and we will actually reach the final table. When the Irish coffee kicks him, we'll get some funny moves. Exactly, exactly. The problem is Ilari doesn't have too much wiggle room to make any crazy funny moves. He needs to start going all in soon anyway. Osmond with ace king off. And Lemmar, it's 6 to 10 liters of coffee plus all the Red Bulls as well, right? Why does it say Carmen is Swedish? Does it? Nah, he's from Australia. Maybe it's, I think what happened is there's, I don't know, it was a Swedish player last in his seat and it hasn't been changed yet. Gets the juices going, right, Roma kun saapas. And Ilari facing a raise from under the gun, ace king. He's kind of faulty, ace 7. Still staying patient, still staying away from trouble, still playing very well. But at some point Ilari knows he's gonna have to make a move, but he doesn't want to make a move against an under the gun open. Plenty of short-ish stacks that can make so much money by just folding and laddering up this leaderboard. But the problem is, of course, I mean, it's just the perfect situation for Adam here. Just everybody being quite short and trying to ladder up, and just him and, of course, Saveikis as well being the biggest stacks. So you can just bully and bully and bully should you elect to do so. And Algirdas, well, Adam is trying to bully. He's going to open it up with Queen 9 from under the gun, and Algirdas has ace queen. And if I'm Algirdas, I'm always just calling here. I really don't want to open up the pot again against the only player who can actually hurt me. Ace queen off. I feel like I'm honestly just basically almost always calling his opens, and just if letting somebody else 3-bet shove if I have a good hand after them, but I really don't want to start playing 3 or 4-bet pots against the chip leader. Love the call from Algirdas. This is why Algirdas has 550,000 in live cashes. This is why he won the Euro Poker Million main event less than a month ago for 175,000. He realizes that there's not too much to be won here by starting to 3-bet the chip leader. Yes, you can win a 60k pot, but in a grand scheme of things, you will open yourself up to lose like a 25k equity pot here. So rather take it slow and steady. No race was ever won in the first corner, but many races have been lost in the first corner. 10, jack, and a 7. So both players with a cut shot. Algirdas with a gut shot to the nuts with the king. And the best hand with ace high right now. And Adam flops an open ender. can make a straight with an 8 or a king as well. We can see that king would be the worst possible card for Adam. Instead, it's the ace of hearts now, giving Algirdas top pair and a queen high flush draw, just completely smashing this board now. Adam can only take the lead on the river with an 8. He can also chop this pot up with an offsuit king. But it's Adam betting into Algirdas, trying to represent that ace himself. Neither does he know that Algirdas is actually smashing this board with top pair, straight and a flush draw, as well as a very decent kicker. 42,000 is the bet. I think Algirdas will just call. Again, there are straight and flush possibilities as well as 2 pair possibilities in there. Still have just 1 pair. And it plays the best if your opponent just bets into you. It doesn't play that well in a 3-bet pot anymore. So he's gonna call. Is that an Estonian saying? No, it was from a movie I just watched. The Art of Racing in the Rain, I think was the name. And there it is, the offsuit king giving both players the straight to the ace. They will chop this one up unless Algirdas really like re-raises or 3-bets Adam's bet here. Really expect a large bet here from Adam. Trying to pressure 2-pair type of hands, something like King Jack, King 10. Bets 105,000, gets a snap call from Algirdas, and Adam realizes that he got super lucky on the river. Just 5 outs, right? 5 outs. 3 of them to win it, 2 of them to chop it. And everyone loves chop pots, besides Algirdas.
I would be afraid, he's killer. Yeah, him. In bedroom.
The blinds have gone up now. Throughout the previous hands, the blinds went up to 10,000, 20,000. Ilari is our shortest stack with something like 290,000, what would be 14.5 big blinds. Let me see how many players have now registered the Kings of Tallinn online event. Give me a couple of minutes to check it. It'll start in a bit more than an hour. Just need a second to load up my Alibet client here. 10-9 of clubs for Algirdas, and I expect to see a raise from undergun. Even against the chip leader, 10-9 of clubs is just too good of a hand to not raise. And you're gonna look very strong raising from undergun anyway, so you wanna mix up hands like 10-9 of clubs in those raising ranges. 50,000 in the middle to be stolen away by blinds and antes anyway. Oh, did Lovo win the satellite? Nice. Forgot my password for a second. So let's find it. Good luck to Lovo. Kings. So it's a 10,000 euro guaranteed, 150 euro buy-in tournament. At the moment, just 22 players have registered, and there is another WSOP online ticket added for the winner. It's a PKO tournament, unlimited re-entries, perfect structure. What not to love, right? Ilari Sahamies with 13 big blinds. You can buy Lovas. There's action already in this tournament. 1.1 markup. Everybody thinks they have an edge in this tournament. Let's see who else is selling. Maverici, Jin 1, Levka, Est Weirdo. Everybody thinking they have a deck flows. I would have bought. Deck flows I definitely would have bought. But just to, yeah, I mean, yeah, I'm sure all these players actually have an edge. Go ahead, support Lovazir. How much are you selling, Lava? Let me buy some off you. Give me that sweet Lovazir stake money. I'm gonna buy 3% off you. 5 euros is all you're gonna get. 5 euros is all you're gonna get off me. Call from Asmund and Adam from the small blind, trying to maybe push Asmund around here with King 10 off. Or will he just call? Those yellow chips worth 25k each, so it looks like he has bigger plans for the hand. Yup. He raises it up to 95,000, super large. Nice aggressive play from the chip leader. Still 13 players remaining. Average stack is 756,000. One player with almost 4 times that now. 2.6 million. That is absolutely crazy chip lead for Adam. And he is playing this chip lead to perfection. I love it. Mark Metzler with 17.5 big blinds himself. Let's go with the small suited connector. Everybody loves to fold when there's Adam at the table. From the button, let's see. I mean, nobody would blame him if he folded 9 deuce from the button, but does he really feel, is he really gonna have a 100% button steal range? We will get the answer right now. Yes, he does. 100% button steal range for Adam. That we just figured out, and I think it makes sense. He can pressure so much. Getting closer to the final table, everybody has so much to lose. We are on immediate money bubble as well. 12th place gets 4,620. 13th gets 3,850, so 800 euro money bubble. Four players with 20 big blinds or less. They have so. I mean, Asmund, for example. I mean, he's looking really good to make it to the final table, but at the same time, I mean, it's just 6 big blinds difference between the shorter stack with Ilari. So Ilari, should he like wait around a little bit? That will make Asmund, Mark Metzler, also wait around, because I mean they're all waiting for the smallest stacks to actually bust, and that just plays all the trumps into the hand of big stacks who don't have to wait. They get to pressure, they get to raise, and just 50,000 at a time add to their chip lead already. Julian, 10-7 of diamonds. Blind v blind against Mark Metzler from Estonia. Just gonna call. Mark last time Julian tried to call. Mark raised him with queen deuce of diamonds. This time Mark with 8-5 off elects to try to see the flop. 60,000 in the middle. Heads up between two of the shorter stacks. Very important pots these are for both of these players, and it's looking great for Mark Metzla. Flopping top 2 pair. Problem for Mark, not really easy to get any value from Julian. I feel like Mark finds there's plenty to get value from, tries to bet, there's plenty draws. Against the limping range, his opponent should hit some of it some of the time, so he's gonna bet 25,000 to try and hit or build the stack. But it's an instant fall from the 10-7 of diamonds. Jack deuce hits the muck for one of the guys. Algirdas, pocket fours. Now it's his chance to really apply. I would actually go all in. If I'm Algirdas, I'm playing against 3 stacks that are 20 big blinds or less, who have plenty to lose by busting and not much to win by, I mean, plenty to win, of course, by calling, but they cannot really call with a very wide range. He might generate folds from hands like ace-10s. Maybe even ace-jacks, as well as 5s, 6s, 7s. So if I'm Algirdas, I'm just going all in here. 20 big blinds effective, or even 19 big blinds effective. No way! Algirdas, that was your chance to do it. I mean, those 3 players have so much to lose by being the next one out. Not sure about it. Not really sure about it. Folding to pocket fours there, being one of the bigger stacks, really able to apply pressure. Julian raises it to 40,000 with a way worse hand. Ace deuce off. Mark folds the queen 4, and Ilari has to fold the 8-3. So Ilari left with just 11.5 big blinds. It's just very annoyed. I mean, to be fair, Ilari has been super guarded all day today after joining the featured table. We haven't seen him with a decent hand in a long while. Torcha, up until like 20 minutes ago, yes. Now the tilt juices are running. Players are playing for a lot of money. And Ilari Sigmund, I have never seen him this patient. And he's really paying patient. Ilari just said this is so sick. It is very frustrating to make it this far and just freaking blind out. But he hasn't had any spots that he hasn't used. He just had, from what from what I remember, Ilari has had just one spot where he could apply pressure, and he did it. Just tuning in, is Metzla the only Estonian still in? Yes, sir. Mark Metzla, the last remaining Estonian. Facing a raise from the chip leader with Queen 9. Thinking about, should he go all in for 18 bigs here with ace 10? No, he's just going to call, knowing that Adam is opening super wide. He doesn't want to shove, he wants to call and try and see the flop. Christian, can you tell if commentating is below or above the average salary in Estonia? You mean daily? Daily, definitely below. Overall, what's the average salary? 9 deuce and a 6, so a pair of 9s for Adam, flopping top pair. $140,000 or 7 big blinds in the middle. And Adam is gonna continue betting here. That's 50. Mark in a tough spot here. He has the ace of clubs, has the backdoor club draw, as well as 2 overcards. His ace high could be ahead, but he has to worry about Adam possibly keeping on pressuring him on the turn. Let's say he gets a club on a turn and Adam puts him all in, then he has to call with just ace high club draw if he wants to continue playing. It's a bet of 50,000 from the chip leader. I like the fold. I like the fold from Mark. Gets rid of the ace high. Estonians get so much. The average salary is so high. I mean, what are Estonians worrying about? Netto is 1,400. Brutto is like 2,010. Estonians are rich, man. Nah, it's yeah. Yeah, I'm gonna stay quiet on that. It's around there, around that area. I think if you count if your hotel is paid and food and drinks, then I would think commentating has a nice. It is definitely, yeah. They pay me very handsomely. I'm very happy with it. In that sense, like I'm not feeling I'm ripped off, and I feel like I'm being taken care of for sure. But it's the thing with the gig like this. It happens for a few days every couple of months. So yeah. So I don't know how to translate it into average salary or stuff. It's a gig, and I'm happy with what they pay me at least. So thank you, Olibet. Thank you, Kings of Tallinn. Keep on having me back. All in from Asmund with Queen 9, gets a snap call from the chip leader. Gets a snap call from Ace King, 66% to eliminate Asmund. Asmund needs a 10 now after a King Jack 6 on the flop. 714,000 in the middle. Queen of Spades on a turn now needs a Queen or a 9 on the river. Does not get it. It's a 4 of diamonds on the river, and all of a sudden we lose Asmund in 13th place. Asmund Jonassen Holvik finishes in 13th place, takes home 3,850 euros for his troubles. I'm sure he wanted more. And what is Adam Samir Carmen doing? He is now up to 3 million in chips. He has 33% of the total chips in the tournament, and we still have 12 players remaining. Everybody now guaranteed themselves 4,620 euros, and the next money jump will be once we reach the final table. We are now final 12. Nice payday for everybody, but thinking that we are playing for 64,280 euros for the winner, there's so much more to be won. I mean, you made it this far, 328 entries, you're down to final 12, and the lion's share of the money is still yet to be given away. Yes, exactly, Super Mario. Yeah. Finnish people in chat laughing at us right now. Maybe. For me, I don't even actually care. I mean, in that sense, like talking about like salaries and stuff. I mean, let's say Australia, for example. I mean, the cost of living is just so high. Obviously, if you get paid for 10K every month, you can still, like things like universal things, let's say plane tickets, etc., etc. They all cost the same everywhere, so it's always better to get more pay. But if the cost of living is super high and let's say the cost of living is 5 times higher than in Estonia, then it doesn't matter if you're making 10K or 2K, if it's the same. Deuce, 8 and a 9. So thanks to universally similar priced items, it's always better to have a big salary. But usually when there's big salaries involved, there's also a very high cost of living. Open-ended straight draw and a flush draw for Adam, a flush draw and king high for Algirdas here. Thank you, Minimalist. Greetings to you as well. That's a straight though. Straight for Adam on a turn. I mean, Adam cannot do any wrong. He can do no wrong at the moment. Turns to straight. How much? He's definitely going to bet though. At least I think he's going to bet. Still so much to get value from. You still need to protect against the heart and keep them paying to draw. Algirdas is drawing to the second nuts, facing a second bet from the chip leader. If you earn more, you will also have higher expenses, in my opinion. I agree, definitely. At least mostly. I mean, there's always exceptions to the rule, but yeah, mostly that is like that. So he's gonna bet and gets Algirdas to fold the higher flush draw, and now up to 3.1 million already. Sick, crazy stack. But I'm gonna go back to let's go to US for salaries, for example. I mean, they have a way higher average salary than in Estonia, but it's like way higher poverty rate as well, because the cost of living is just much higher than the salary makes up for it. Queen 8 all in for Ilari Saamies. Finally finds a chance to make his move, and he's gonna take that opportunity to ship his 11 big blinds all in. Let's see if anybody can find a call. It doesn't look like it, so Ilari, some much needed blinds and antes for him, gives him one more round of breathing room. Up to 270 now. Next money chump worth about 1,000 euros, more than 1,000 euros, 1,080 euros. Ritzius, we have 12 players remaining. We are playing down to final 9 today. So we will be back tomorrow with the final table. So 3 more bust outs needed. Ilari Zygmunt Sahamies highlighting this feature table, but having the smallest stack. Biggest stack belongs to Adam Samir Karman from Australia. Algirdas second in chips by a large margin with 1.5 million. 2 of them combined have approximately 50% of the tournament chips in play. Any more with Lithuanians? Yeah, Algirdas Saveikis, Vincas Tamasauskas is what I can skim out at the moment. two very strong Lithuanian players still remaining. Vincas Tamasauskas at the outer table, bracelet winner. And it's the newest addition to this feature table, Bikesas. Jordi Conejos, Bikesas, raising it up with Queen Jack off. Julian lets go of the small pocket pair. Mark Metzla with Queen Deuce. And now has 274 behind and has to give up 2 big blinds because of the antes as well. Christian, can your crew adjust the graphics for tomorrow? Yes, already taken care of. We will bring back the graphics for tomorrow, the ones that are a bit easier to see. Unless we get to zoom into those a little bit, which I don't think we get to figure out by tomorrow, so we'll have the old graphics for tomorrow for you guys. Already had a chat with everybody. It's the dealer in this in this singer Sonic. I have to Google Sonic now. They are kind of similar. I think our dealer is a bit younger though. Yeah, more like Sissy. 65 of diamonds for the chip leader. I mean, I assume he's going to raise. There's just so much pressure. I keep on saying that word, but there is just so much pressure to be applied. Raises to 40k. Gets a few folds, just the blinds and antes now. Mark Metzla with the Jack 7, he's gonna have to let go of that hand. And Ilari, King Deuce of Spades, he's gonna defend. He's gonna defend, leaving himself with 210,000 behind, 110 in the middle. King, Queen and a Deuce, so 2 pair for Ilari Sahamies here. A massive flop for him. Adam misses, but I'm sure Adam is gonna try and steal this one away. So how much will Ilari make more? At least 35,000 more, which is the bet on the flop. If I'm Ilari, I'm always just calling. But Ilari doesn't agree with me, doesn't want any scare cards to come. He's like, if you're drawing, you better pay for it all. If you have hit the hand, you better call for it all. We can see that Adam just has 65, so Ilari adds 85,000 with this hand. Now back up to 300,000 in chips. Osmond here, 13th place finisher. What do you guys think if the 16.5 big blind shove from small blind to big? Osmond, that happened so fast that we didn't stop on this hand all that often. I think considering ICM, honestly, if you want my honest opinion, considering ICM and with there being like 7 to 8 very similar stacks, I would have personally folded myself the Queen 9 off against the chip leader. I think it's even in general. I think Queen 9 off is a fold there, but especially considering the ICM, I think you kind of have to stay away from this spot. Against a similar stack, against someone with a similar stack as you, I love the shove. But against the chip leader, I'm not a big fan personally. Against someone you can also put the first pressure on, I would love a very high shoving range there, or a very wide shoving range. So I think it's in this specific situation. I don't think so. Queen 9 off is a shove with 20 big blinds. Do not know about the ICM though. I'm sure we can have it checked out. But at least in my opinion, in this ICM situation, I don't have the correct answers. I personally would have stayed away from it. But What do you guys know? We have a couple of smart guys in the chat as well. So maybe you have some information about that. In this situation where we had 4 very similar stacks at the feature table, 3 or 4 very similar stacks at the outer table as well. And I'm sure definitely gonna look a lot stronger than it was though. Deploy. I would listen to what Deploy has to say. He usually has the right answers. Queen Jack of Diamonds from the hijack for Julian here. 15 big blinds effective. He's gonna find a raise. Makes it 40k from the hijack. But thank you, Borman, by the way. Thank you for coming to the chat and sharing us all that information and asking around. And it's great to have a player here at Twitch chat as well. Asmund. Look at that. Bikes finds ace king off from the small blind. Has the big blind behind him as well. Not sure how big the effective stacks are. Should he just go all in? Yes. He's gonna just ship it all in for 38 bigs with the ace king off. Gets the chip leader to fold. And Julian has to fold with 269,000 behind. Definitely hand he wanted to see a flop with Queen Jack of Diamonds, but it is what it is sometimes. When is the final table starting? Tomorrow. Perus Regu, that is a good question for you. 12 p.m. maybe? Yeah, I think at noon. The best thing you can do, Perus, is press that follow button here at twitch.tv/olibetpoker, because it's free for sure and you get a notification once we go live. I would assume about noon. The rest of us just chop liver and not players. You're talking about me saying that you should listen to Deploy. It's just coming from experience that Deploy usually can back up his sayings, and usually does back up. And I love to hear everyone's opinions about hands. And what I've just seen, the Deploy usually does a lot of research in his answers. Pocket 4 is all in for Mark Metzla. Goes all in for his last 13 big blinds, and again it's Adam finding another huge hand after somebody goes all in. The chip leader is looking good to eliminate the last remaining Estonian in 12th place, because we all know he's not gonna fold. Now the problem is Adam has another large stack in the big blind, so I'm guessing he's just going to make the call here with pocket 10s and just reevaluate. Big blind is not gonna reshove super wide ever here. I don't think big blind is reshoving 8s or 9s there. So he can definitely just call and possibly fold should Algirdas go all in over the top. So there's the call. Algirdas folds. The last remaining local player needs a 4 to stay alive. 568,000 in the middle. We saw that one of the 4s was already folded, so just one out or some running straight cards for Mark Metzla here. Look at that for a flop though. Can hit a 2s, 7 or a 4 on either turn or the river. King of Hearts does not give him the straight, neither the trips. And 5 of diamonds is the final dagger in Mark Metzla and all the Estonian hearts. This one is not coming home, ladies and gentlemen. This one is going away. And Mark Metzla is the last remaining Estonian in this tournament. 12th place finish for him. 4,620 euros is what he will take home. And a memory of 3 days of playing Kings of Tallinn main event, and almost making it there, but falling just short. GG Mark Metzla, we're down to 11 players now. 2 more bust outs needed to reach the final table. Must be nice to be Adam, having all the chips and getting all the cards at the right time. Yeah, it's just a dream run for the guy at the moment. I mean, 162 big blinds with 12 players remaining, average stack being 40. He has 4 times the tournament average stack. What is going on here? Average stack now. Okay, now a bit less, of course. It was readjusted. Average stack 894 or 45 big blinds. That's not enough. Ilari will still win. Ilari, go back to your winning ways by opening with ace queen. This is what was needed for Ilari. One shot, a couple of Irish coffees, and the cards will start going again. I mean, Ilari, why did you do it to yourself? It just, you felt bad for the whole day, felt the hangover, and now you start to cure it, and everything, life gets better now. So, you see, Ilari goes all in for 22 big blinds. 435,000 is the shove. Algirdas, he will fold. Julian, he's not gonna call from the big blind with Jack 5. So Julian now our shortest stack with just 11 big blinds remaining. I always tell you guys, if you go on long fender benders, don't take small breaks in between. Take the full fender bender and then full quit. Taking those small, like 10-hour breaks, you just feel like crap. Solves all problems. Even the dry deck. Yes. Almost had a Freudian slip there with the dry deck. Interesting open jam, I agree, Friedrich. I mean, very unexpected with ace queen. But I guess Ilari feels like he's gonna get played at back too much. It's definitely fine. Like chip EV wise to jam there 21 big blinds. So he kind of wants to avoid the ICM problems. I don't know. Not really sure. I wouldn't have done it myself. Just because if there's a 3-bet and a 4-bet behind you, you can still fold. I have been deep in 3 big main events live. Finished 9th, 10th and 13th. That's so tilting. Borman, that's the worst. I went through a period online for close to a year where I had like 10th to 20th place finishes in huge, like 10 to 100k first place prize tournaments. It is the worst feeling ever to get this far but not far enough. But the fact is you're putting yourself in positions to win those. So it's just what you have to realize, it's inevitably coming. It's inevitably coming and you just have to wait for it and push through and keep on playing good. Bios, yes, 11 players remaining at the moment. We lost Mark Metzla in 12th place. So we need 2 more bust outs here in Kings of Tallinn main event day 2. Adam with 3.3 million and Jack 9 off will not come in with a raise. $10-8 for Julian. So just Ilari Sahamies versus the big blind. Sahamies is back over 20 bleaks now. Just so many smart things being said at the chat at the moment. Just can't comprehend it all. Queen 6. Will he raise? If he's gonna raise, I assume something like 70 to 80,000, knowing or from what we've seen from Ilari. If he's gonna call, that would make even the most amount of sense, but no, he's gonna fold queen high blind versus blind against Pixes. Again, I don't know if Ilari is giving players too much credit of being able to push them around in an ICM headlock, or he's given them just enough credit, because definitely players can push him around at this point. I mean, he's hovering around 400k with there plenty of players being shorter than him. So the thing is, in live poker especially, players don't tend to really take advantage of the pressure they can give. But Ilari, knowing how much they could be doing it, is just staying away from trouble. Ace 3. Is this the hand Julian is going all in with? Yes, he does. Goes all in for the last 11 big blinds. Gets one better hand to fold. And gets everybody to fold. Adds much needed 2.5 big blinds to his stack. Now up to 270,000 or 13 big blinds. I think it's because he knows his own reputation and he knows most will call him light. That's what I think anyway. Definitely has a lot to do with it. His mind is sober. He's very well aware that he might be getting called lighter than usual. But at the same time, maybe that reputation could protect him as well by just calling pre-flop and knowing that people don't really want to open loosely against him or push him around, because he can make a move every now and then. Do you like that the payouts are top heavy in tournaments? I think the players know that Sahames have changed. Yeah, that's true. Do you like that the payouts are top heavy in tournaments? Honestly, yes, I do. Like in the long run, I do. As a winning poker player, of course, I would love to have less variance in this, but the fact stop, there are people around me laughing, but as someone who thinks that it's just generally good for everybody to be able to have this one hit, it's just a big it's very important in poker to, you know, be able to invest small and win large. That brings new players to poker, that brings weaker players to poker, and I think overall that the top heavy prize pool is just better for tournament poker, just because of the implications of bringing new players and having that chance of, you know, winning large for everybody. What do you guys think about it? Like, I would assume that regular players or regular tournament grinders would not like as top-heavy tournament structures, but generally, I think it's better in the long run for everybody to have top-heavy tournament payout structures. We have lost one player from the outer table. As you can see, we have 10 players remaining. We lost Sanderi Sagari Nisula in 11th place, so all the Sanderi Sagari Nisula fans out there, unfortunately, he was busted from the outer tables and he finished in 11th place. He took home 4,620 euros, and we are now playing blind hand by hand. We are playing hand by hand, and we see Ilari Sahamees with ace king. Just open shoves all in one more time. Last time did it with ace queen, now with ace king again. Ooh, baby, a triple. Algirdas finds ace queen.
Maybe it's now then. Or three-way, or I don't know. What do you have? Ace jack? Ace jack?
Let's listen.
Three players. Only one player.
Algirdas says that there's 3 players left to act. Ilari says only one player, me.
Just 4. You're good in bedroom, buddy. You are killer and but you 450 girl, yes?
On your bike, son, on your bike.
Ilari definitely has a few drinks in him now, getting more talkative. If Algirdas is folding ace-queen pre-flop, then Ilari definitely shouldn't be open shoving ace-king. To be fair. Algirdas folds the ace-queen. Ilari shows the ace-king. If Algirdas is folding ace-queen, Ilari definitely should not be shoving ace-king there. He's losing all the customers possible. He could have had a double up. Of course, he would have been at risk, but he lost a lot of value there by just going all in pre-flop, at least in my opinion. What do you guys think? Is it fair enough that you lose some of the value by staying away of being at risk in the tournament? Or at some point you have to take your chances and try and get as much action as possible? Because I mean, for me, it honestly feels like, obviously, if the second largest stack in the tournament is not calling you with ace-queen, then you're not getting called enough. Are you just happy with the blinds and antes? Perus says it's the worst fold ever, although now it was the best play. Well, we saw Ilari do it twice now. Once with ace-queen off, so definitely we know he has that hand in his range. And once with ace-king. Playing like this, he has no steals in late positions. Even if that was a right fold at the time, I think the ace-queen fold is bad. I agree with the chat at the moment. I would have made the call personally. I think it's decent shot with 22 big blinds considering ICM, but I obviously don't know ICM. Werman, yeah, that's what I'm thinking. It has to be because of the ICM that Ilari is playing that way. It would be great to have all the answers, wouldn't it? The thing is, where's the line between staying away from being all in and trying to actually start to extract value and go for a huge stack? All pocket deuces plus ace-x 2 face cards would have shoved, says Perus. Tossu Karla says bad jam but good fold IMO considering stacks and range. Tossu Karla, that's what he says. And it's much stress-free poker to shove all the time. Nice to have this chat really going into this hand, because again, I'm honestly curious myself. Ilari's going all in with pocket deuces. This time blind versus blind, much more understandable. Bikes as folds. Ilari now up to 485,000, getting 3 shoves through and adding a few blinds and antes, getting those shoves through. What do you guys think about that shove with 22 bigs with pocket deuces? There's my 2-2 plus, exactly. Ilari is tighter than 99% of the people think of him. That's something we've noticed as well. Ilari, he has those semi-blow-ups, but 90 to 95% of the time he's playing quite tight. All right, I mean, not tight, I mean, he's playing solid. He's just not as splashy as big people think he is. He can be, he definitely can be, and I'm pretty sure in cash games Ilari is pretty damn splashy. If ace-queen folds, any 2 is a good shove now. Good point, Perus, again. Julian now going all in with pocket 4s. From the cutoff, gets rid of 1, 2. Now just needs to get rid of Adam. Adam has a habit of actually finding good hands, but not this time. Adam cannot call with 10-5, and Julian stays alive. So guys, really want to remind you that at 8 p.m. we will have Kings of Tallinn online event with 10,000 euros guaranteed. We just have 25 players registered at the moment. There's so much overlay alert. It's a PKO tournament, as well as there's a 1,050 euro WSOP online ticket added. There's gonna be an overlay by this addition anyway. So if you want the chance to play at Kings of Tallinn and you cannot make it here in person, then you have a chance to play online at GG Network or at Olibet, find the tournament at Kings of Tallinn online. I will definitely be playing it myself as well. That starts in 24 minutes. 24 minutes. Another cool thing you can do, you can, if 150 euros is too much for you, you can sell some action. You see plenty of players selling action. Lovazir, Weirdo, Left Guard, even Tossu Karla is selling action. Deckflow selling action, etc, etc. So even if you don't want to play, maybe you want to play, just sweat and buy players action as well. So in 22 minutes, there's some time to late reg as well. Let's see how long the late registration is. 9 levels, so 1 hour and 30 minutes of late registration. Super nice structure, as we've seen from live scene as well. Let's head back to poker at hand. We are playing hand by hand for the final table at the moment. Jack 3 against 10-3 on a 6-6-6-7 board. 2 of the biggest stacks. Algirdas has lost a few of those 1.5 million that he had, but still with a very decent 1.2. But Adam is our chip boss with 3.3 million. By the way, was there an unlimited re-entry to the main event, or how was it? Yes, there was an unlimited re-entry to the main event until the end of level 1 at day 2. So players could re-enter until the early level day 2. And there's gonna be unlimited re-entries for the online Kings of Tallinn online event as well. So one more time, $1,050 ticket added for all you guys. Find it at your Olibet client. So there was an interesting discussion going on in the chat as well about the previous ace-queen hand, etc. You have to accumulate chips, and you can't always think that the big blind has some. That's the best place to get some more chips. In a long run, you win more chips than lose. Where can I find the tournament, you said? Chris, you can find the tournament at GG Network or at Olibet client. Just open the GG Olibet client and find Kings of Tallinn online. It's pocket 7s for Ilari all in here. So you see Ilari's really loving those pre-flop shoves. Adds another 50,000 of chips, and now more than 500,000 in chips. 535,000 in chips for Ilari Zahamies. Our Kings of Tallinn team had 4 players in the money, and we still have Kurt Skimmeland left, who is a big stack. You're gonna add a lot of points then. Because I think you yourself got like 119 leaderboard points, right? At least for the personal leaderboard. Not sure how many for the team leaderboard. King 6 of clubs starts things off for Bikesas. Folded to the chip leader, Adam. Another fold. The second chip stack, Algirdas, he's gonna fold. Exactly. Ace 10 for Julian. 11 big blinds from the button. I think we just have one move here. We have to go all in and try and go after those 2.5 big blinds. He's gonna go all in. Ilari, ace 2 soft. against 11 big blinds probably should be a fold. But we still have bikes to get through.
How much? 129.
229, Julian says very annoyedly at Ilari Zahamies. And Ilari Zahamies is a man who keeps grudges. If he doesn't like a guy, he's gonna try and bust you. So if Ilari Zahamies doesn't like the fact Julian was annoyed at him asking, he's gonna try and bust him. I know my man Ilari Zahamies. He's gonna make the call with the ace-2s. But Julian can double up here and looking very good to double up here. Ace-10 against ace-2s. 478,000 in the middle. Ilari needs a deuce. Oh, there's many of them. Ace-2s, deuce and a flop. Just one out to chop this one up on the river. Even a 10 on the river. But Ilari Zahamies going after Julian here, flopping a full house and eliminating Julian Herold in 10th place, sorry. And we have reached the final table, ladies and gentlemen. We are down to final table, and just for some information for you guys, during the same hand in the outer table, it was Sebastian Wahl who also busted. But since Sebastian Wahl had a bigger stack than Julian Herold, smaller stack I mean, Sebastian Wahl was the player who finished in 10th place. Sebastian got 4,620 euros, and Julian Herold made the unofficial final table and getting 5,700 euros for his 9th place finish. So we are gonna finish this stream up now. Guys, in 18 minutes there's gonna be a Kings of Tallinn online event. Make sure to play it because there's a $1,050 WSOP online event ticket added for all you guys. Find it at your Olibet client. And once we come back tomorrow at approximately noon, we will have the final 8 players who have all guaranteed themselves 7,860 euros, but the winner will take home 64,280 euros. So don't go far. Press that follow button. Thank you so much for joining today. Thank you for your input, and let's crown the King of the North tomorrow. And let us all do it together. See you guys tomorrow. Bye.